June, and what a way for us to start here in our coverage, the Final Four in your volleyball tournament in the NCAA. The name is Martin Javier. Very honored to be in front of you guys today in our coverage here of the Final Four. And today, to help me out in breaking this game down, I have here a champion in both college and the pros, one of the best liberos we've seen in Philippine volleyball. She is called the Ninja with her swift moves on the court. Nandito si Miss Melissa Gohing Nasino. Mel, great to have you here. We are in the Final Four already.
Yes, hello to all NCAA volleyball fans. Alam kong excited na sila sa Final Four and every game counts. So, abangan natin ngayon. So, stay tuned.
That's right. Napakatagal nating hinintay ito. Of course, again, we had 2 rounds for the first time in the NCAA. 3 months of just action-packed action here on the court. So, abangan niyo po yung magaganap mamaya sa number 1 versus number 4. But the one bringing us the stories from our coaches and players in charge of the sidelines today. Nandyan ang ating courtside reporter na si Glycel Galpo. Of course, it is vital for us to learn all about the preparation of these teams. Glycel will get to you later in the game. And speaking of the preparation, Benilde only had 1 day to prepare. Mapúa had a few days to prep up for the defending champions as we take a look at our Final Four picture.
Yes, unlike the past 3 seasons, iba na yung storyline ngayon. The Benilde Lady Blazers swept the elimination round. Pero, nung season 100, compared to last season, they lost 2 matches against Letran and Mapúa in the first round. But after that, they got their groove back and then swept the whole second round. So they're coming in right now sa semifinals on a high note.
That's right. This is a different beast of a team. The Benilde Lady Blazers again sweeping the entire second round. But in the eliminations, they actually split up their season series. Mapúa winning the first matchup and Benilde sweeping them in the second one.
Yan talaga yung maganda ka if you have a second round. So for the first round, you'll see the Mapúa got the game in 4 sets. Siguro at this time, yung Benilde, they're still, warming up and they lost 4 aces. Mitch Gamit, Jade Gantapa, Gail Pascual, and Chloan Montañedo. So the first round, medyo kinakapapala na yung sarili nila. And you also have Samantha Nolasco na may sabi ni Anton sa last game, zapa zap, may ganun na. So, this girl
Papaulit ko yan sa'yo mamaya, Mel. Okay, let's take a look at the stats of Zam here, Mel.
Yeah, she is unstoppable. She's 12 best scorer and first in the best blocking department. So, averaging 11.7 points per match, 211 points, 158 spikes, 44 kill blocks, and 9 service aces. So she is currently the leading scorer of the Benilde Lady Blazers at unstoppable talaga kapag yung mga running attacks niya.
Oo. Speaking of unstoppable, again, she is doing this on such great efficiency, each game. And speaking of Zam Nolasco, eto may report na hatid ang ating courtside reporter na si Glycel Galpo about her. Go ahead, Glycel.
If you can give your younger self any advice, what would that be and why? Ang sagot sa akin ni Zam Nolasco ay ang eagerness to learn at tiwala raw sa sarili ang ipapaalala niya to her younger self because believe it or not, Martin and Melissa, despite her excellent stint so far, ay palagi raw niyang tinatanong ang sarili niya kung hanggang dito na lang ba ako? Pero every achievement and every game reminds her na malayo na ang narating niya. Pero she remains hungry for improvement dahil sigurado raw siya na mas may ilalayo pa ang experiences niya in her volleyball career. More stories from the other side, pero for now, balik muna sa inyo, Martin and Mel.
Glycel, maraming salamat. And it's hard to believe that she still had or has doubts on herself because of the way she conducts herself on the court. Punong-puno ng kumpiyansa.
Yes, and as of one of the young guns, makikita mo na parang masu-surprise ka talaga na parang senior na siya maglaro while inside the court and she's really the one who cuts the rallies yung para for the Benilde Lady Blazers.
That's right, Samantha Nolasco. And again, she wasn't their #1 option to begin the season. You saw the numbers of their 2 meetings, but towards the end, siya na yung pinagkatiwalaan nito ni Coach Onyok Gitigan and consultant Coach Jerry Yee, and now she leads her team 11.7 points per match. Now let's go to the Mapúa Lady Cardinals, and the main gunner for Mapúa this season, she had to switch sides in terms of, where she would attack, but it did not make a difference. In fact, it only made her better as a player. Raisa Ricablanca is the one to watch out for here for Mapúa.
Yes, Rica Blanca is really a silent operator. Tahimik lang siya inside the court. She's not the flashy spiker, pero siya yung maaasahan mo din when it comes to rallies. And she's averaging in 13.9 points per match, 250 points in total, 220 spikes, 22 kill blocks, and 8 service aces. And now, she finished 4th in scoring at the end of the elimination round.
That's right. Number 4 scorer of the league, Raisa Ricablanca, the lefty killer of the Mapúa Lady Cardinals. And more on her. Nandito ulit ang ating courtside reporter na si Gleisel Galpo. Gleisel?
From a veteran who's been in the finals for 3 consecutive years, ay nakausap ko naman itong si Raisa Ricablanca in her first Final Four appearance. At alam nyo ba, Martin and Melissa, there was a point in her career na dapat raw ay hindi na siya magtutuloy sa volleyball after she graduated from high school. Ani niya ay magiging regular na college student na lang raw sana siya. Pero ang mensahe niya to her younger self is nothing but gratitude, because in her words, salamat kasi hindi ka tumigil dahil yung volleyball ay hindi tumigil sa'yo. Back to you, Martin and Melissa.
Maraming salamat, Gleisel Galpo. And a great decision to pursue her volleyball career, Mel. At ito na siya. Talagang siya na yung nagiging star nito ng Mapúa.
Actually, siguro kasi she considered stopping because she wants to take civil engineering. And for a student athlete and for the, former teammates that I've known na who took engineering courses, mahirap talaga yun i-balance as a student athlete. But she's doing great. She's still taking it, acing in school and also in the court.
Yeah, she is getting the best of both worlds. She is in one of the best engineering schools in the country, Mapúa, and of course on the other side, she is part of one of the best volleyball teams here in the NCAA, and they're being led by that guy, Coach Aying Esteban, back in the Final Four after a heartbreak in season 99. They were tied with, the ones who made it to the Final Four, but they didn't make the cut because of the differential in points.
Yeah, kaya importante, every game counts, every set counts, and as much as possible, if you can get the game, get it in 3 sets. So by the end of the elimination round, higher chances, of making it to the top 4.
Again, they should have the confidence going into this matchup, knowing that they've beaten Benilde before. But in their second round meeting, nakikita natin itong si Coach Onyok Gitigan. Mapúa actually had a chance to extend that match against Benilde. They were up 21-16 in the 3rd set, but Benilde, like what they've been doing all season long, kinakapitan ang kanilang mga kalaban at sila pa ang nananalo.
Grabe talaga yung game na yon. Just imagine, 7-12 na yung Mapúa, 17 yung Mapúa, and 12 yung Benilde. Pero nakahabol pa rin because of Maika Go. Grabe talaga si Maika Go. That game, this girl really reminds me of like Cha Cruz, Paneng Mercado, yung tagahabol sa mga malalaking lamang.
Yeah.
So, and then by the end of the game, Benilde surprised Mapúa na pinasok nila si Densing.
Aya Densing was the leading scorer for Mapúa, or for Benilde rather, in that second round meeting with 20 points. Mamaya, pagkikwentuhan pa natin yan. Estoque was the top scorer in their first round meeting. So, nakita natin yung changes all throughout the season now. This is the lineup that's being rolled out by the Benilde Lady Blazers. Okay, number 1 versus number 4 happening in just a little bit. Benilde versus Mapúa. Let's now turn you over to our Coliseum announcer.
Magandang hapon, NCAA fans. Ito po ang inyong NCAA Season 100 Siglo Uno Inspiring Legacies. Live ngayon sa GTV at simulcast sa Heart of Asia worldwide sa pamamagitan ng GMA Pinoy TV at GMA News TV International. At may live streaming pa sa gmanetwork.com, NCAA Philippines website, YouTube at Facebook with NCAA updates, highlights, and results on GMA Integrated News. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NCAA Season 100 Women's Volleyball Tournament. You're about to witness the semi-finals match between De La Salle College of St. Benilde versus Mapúa University. This event is hosted by Arellano University. Presenting now the game officials for this match, our first referee, Mr. Larry Escorial. Second referee, Mr. Ray Galve. And here are the starting lineups. First, for the Benilde Lady Blazers, beginning with team captain number 10, Maika Go. At number 1, Jenny Basarte. Number 3, Shahana Lieses. Number 9, Rhea Maiden Singh. At number 18, Christine Ondangan. And number 21, Samantha Nolasco. Starting libero number 5, Fiona Getigan. Head coach, Mr. Odio Getigan. And now for the Mapúa Lady Cardinals, beginning with team captain number 3, Therese Manalo. At number 1, Grace Cabadin. Number 2, Raisa Rica Blanca. At number 4, Freya Garcia. Number 7, Jem Gavica. At number 11, Aliana Nicole Ong. Starting libero number 6, Princess Rebustes. Head coach, Mr. Clarence Esteban.
All right, time to meet the starting lineup for both teams. Usual para dito sa Benilde Lady Blazers, led by their team captain Mike Ago. And late insertion in the starting lineup, itong si Aya Densing, a super rookie in this lineup. Ash Deses, Christian Dangan, Sam Nolasco, and their setter, Chene Basarte, completing their starting unit on the other side. Para naman dito sa Mapúa Lady Cardinals, Raisa Rica Blanca, the number 4 scorer, is joined by the usual suspects, Nicole Ong, Therese Manalo, Freyan Garcia, Greg Cabadin, and Jem Gavica. It is number 1 versus number 4. Benilde versus Mapúa. Benilde finished our elimination round 9-0 on a win streak, 9-game winning streak. Mapúa lost their last 2 assignments against the top 2 teams in the league. We enter set number 1. Good to have you with us. Good afternoon, mga kapuso. Thank you for watching live on GTV everywhere online. And we start off with a point from Mapúa, second leading scorer, Freyan Garcia.
Yeah, if you're going up against the number 1 team and then also Benilde, you really need to have a good start. Pero yun nga yung nangyayari again, yung second round meeting nila eh. Good start yung Mapúa, it's just that wala silang panapos. So tingnan natin if they worked on that problem. Kasi knowing Benilde na grabe sila humabol talaga kahit lamang yung kalaban.
And that just shows you how much control they have in a game. At any given point, they can turn on the switch and dominate.
Yan na, I just noticed if you're really under Coach Jerry, you are unfazed kahit lamang yung kalaban. And even kay under Coach Onyok then as the head coach, talagang nakita mo yung growth ng Benilde from first round and nung second round.
Again, this is a transition year, quote-unquote, for the Benilde Lady Blazers, and they executed that to perfection.
Yeah.
Giving the younger players some exposure and then finally identifying the main gunners.
Yes, especially during the second round, I think pinapasok nila, they really gamble, the Benilde Lady Blazers. Pinapasok nila yung mga young guns nila. I mean, starting the set, it's usually not like that. Pinapasok yung mga young guns towards the end of the set, finishing it off. Pero grabe yung risk-taking na ginawa ni Benilde. Probably preparing then for next season.
Yeah. First, they'll have Mike Ago graduating from the program after this year. Greg Cabadin after a scramble from Mapúa. Here is Sam Nolasco. Ready si Garcia sa kabila. Pero chance ball ang ibabalik ng Mapúa. Yes! What a dig by Rebustes. Freyan. Mikes was right behind. Densing with a cross-court hit.
Alam mo, every time, may kita mo, look at that. Look at that approach of Densing. Sino naaalala mo?
Marami. Actually, dalawa. Pero feeling ko, isa yung i-reference mo. Araga lang.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Ganyan ba ang...
Yeah, as a rookie player, she played kagad for college as per 6. Tapos, goal na kagad. And yun yung nire-remind sa atin ni Densing ngayon.
And not just power, she looks effortless whenever she approaches the ball. Okay, an early challenge in this match. I think Coach Aying wants a check. May block touch to dun sa atake ni Greg Cabadin. Pero itong Mapúa Lady Cardinals, it's a very interesting season for them. They lost Nadine Bereses in the middle of the elimination round, which is a vital piece dahil si Knights kayang skumor at maganda rin ang kanyang depensa. But that position filled in excellently by Greg Cabadin, who is a lefty spiker that triggered Raisa Rica Blanca to transfer to the other side and become an open spiker. Okay. Tignan natin kung meron bang touch dito over the outstretched arms of Zam Nolasco. Was there contact? No. There was none. So this is clean for Benilde. Unsuccessful challenge for Coach Aying.
That was, out of bounds talaga kasi si Zam Nolasco, ang taas ng reach niya eh. Yeah. So, but that was a risky take for Mapúa kasi ang layo na ng bola sa kamay ni Zam. Yeah. Pero tinawag pa rin nila.
And Benilde building some momentum. And as I say that, it's a rare miscommunication between Basarte and Nolasco.
Yes, that's really rare. Yung mga back quick and running sets. So that was really surprising.
So Greg Cabadin proceeds to the service line here. Lefty spiker had to step up for Nats Berses. Nolasco is denied. So Mapúa is showing us that they are prepared for the Zam attack.
We would see na siya talaga yung binabantayan ngayon ng Mapúa pag frontline si Zam. And I'm really surprised though because si Densing, yung binabantayan siya nung last game nila sa second round. So, I think they're risking na mas point person si Zam sa game na ito.
And that's an attack error against Ash Lieses. So Mapúa takes over the lead. Early moments of this Final Four matchup.
We already saw two mistakes from the offense from the Lady Blazers. That's really surprising, but a bit of a slow start for them. But knowing them, diesel yung mga yan eh.
Aya Densing, did that go off the block? Yes, it did.
Densing also a crafty player. Kita niya, nandun si Raisa. And using the hands of the blocker.
That ends the 3-0 run of Mapúa. Rica Blanca. Lieses is denied. Right behind for Densing. Rica Blanca. With a delay, did not work. Ito na si Zam. Nolasco makes it look simple. Look at this.
Zam saw that space in the middle kasi naka-atras yung depensa kasi ina-assume ng Mapúa na malakas na palo from her.
Gavika had to backpedal for that set. Nolasco, 2 straight points for Zam.
Zam Nolasco as a score, saying sorry kasi natamaan yung ulo.
Now she is starting to take over after getting rejected earlier. Sabi ni Zam, sige, tignan natin kung hanggang kailan niyo yan magagawa sa akin. But Densing will commit the service error.
You will see the face of Coach Jerry now in the court. A bit of disappointed because they already committed 3 unforced errors.
Yeah.
Out of 6.
That's right. And so far, we are really feeling this Final Four intensity. Lieses, Rebustes with a pop-up. Cabadin. Dorog. Lieses sends it outside, so Mapúa will equalize again.
We are seeing Mapúa came in prepared when it comes to defense, floor defense, net defense, because they know if you're going up against a powerful offensive team, kailangan mo talaga magandang depensa. Unahan mo sa magandang receive depensa para din makalaban kayo sa offense. And yun yung ginagawa nila ngayon.
Freyan, drop ball, then Singh with the coverage. Oh, Nolasco again targeting that middle spot. And now we go to our first technical timeout. Pagbalik po natin, mapapakinggan natin ang report ni Gleisel Galpo.
Season 100 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Martin and Melissa, inamin nga sa akin nitong si Coach Aying Esteban na talaga raw masakit ang pagkatalo nila in their last game against Letran, lalo na they're on their way to the semis. Pero he hopes that that loss will serve as a wake-up call for the Lady Cardinals dahil nasa semis na sila ngayon at talagang iba na ang usapan. 3 things that he wants from his squad today is first, their championship energy, their consistency, and last, to see them have fun regardless of the number. Ani nga ni Coach, kahit anong score, basta nasa taas ang bola ay kunin nyo ng kunin. For Coach Onyok Kitigan, it's simple. It's floor defense, attacks, and composure that he wishes to see from the Lady Blazers today. It's believe and hope versus experience. Let's see who'll win this game of momentum. All for now, Martin and Melissa.
Interesting points from Gleisel Galpo, from our coaches, Coach Onyok Kitigan and Coach Aying Esteban. And na-mention ni Coach Aying, iba na ang labanan dito sa Final Four.
Yes.
From your experience, Mel, when you enter the Final Four, what changes?
Wala na. As in, killer instinct na talaga na parang, you know, you prepared for many months for this and now you're here. Are you just gonna let it go?
Yeah.
So you really have to do your best na in every point at this point. As in, all out and all heart na.
Mas detalyado. Everything gets more magnified.
Yes.
Diba?
And maganda na second round robin format na tayo ngayon. At least mas polished na yung galaw ng lahat ng team pagdating ng 4 sets.
That's right. Etong Mapúa pumupuntos dito sa mahabang atake. It's another long ball. This time from Raisa Ricablanca.
Yeah, kasi pagdating talaga ng semifinals, iba na yung labanan eh. Kahit na minsan meron kang makikita na upset na losses during the semifinals. So back to 0 tayo sa semifinals.
A good pace. Oh, this is still alive. It happened right in front of us. 1-2 play. Will not drop. Kabadin connects.
Wow! Grabe guys. So si Kabadin saved that ball.
Yeah.
And we even heard a huge sound and a huge bump. And napalo niyan. Hindi naalog yung ulo niya or something with that. Wow, what a save. Pang-libero yung save niya na yun.
Oo. Tapos, ang tight pa nung angulo nung atake niya.
Oo.
Diba? What a recovery from Greg. And Freyan rejects Christie. Mapúa grabs the 2-point lead. Benilde calls for time.
Ganun pa rin ha, ganun pa rin. Paalala lang ulit dito sa mga dumidepesa sa wing. Pag nag-tres, 1 step backward. Okay? Pag hindi sumama sa block, tulong sa depensa, kuha dito sa depensa kasi umaatras to. So kailangan makuha natin to. Ong, tsagain mo lang itong middle ha. Dalawa lang spiker. Dalawa lang spiker, dalawa. Abangan sila.
Mapúa Lady Cardinals building momentum here in the opening set. That was a single block by Freyan Garcia against a taller player, that is Christie Ondangan. And this is our scoring story so far. Tigda-dalawa para sa magkabilang panig, but right now Mapúa has built a 3-0 run. Maikago. Fran Garcia. Too strong, looking for a check.
Ball out.
Will not be given, but need to challenge ng Mapúa.
Yeah, I think yung game plan ngayon ng Mapúa is lakasan yung mga palo nila kasi knowing Benilde, ang lakas din ng floor defense ng Benilde.
Yeah. Nicole Long. She was checked. Garcia, off-speed hit. Covered by Densing. Mike's ready. Si Kabadin. Freyan again! This time, she connects.
Good comeback for Freyan. After that offensive error, nakabawi siya kagad.
Mapúa Lady Cardinals playing with a ton of confidence. And you love how they're making noise on the court every time they score a point.
But they really can't afford to make that kind of error because look at the point now, look at the scores now. The Lady Blazers are closing in.
At ito talagang service errors at saka errors in general para sa Mapúa. Ito yung naging suspect sa mga pagkatalo nila. But I like how they're responding super quickly here.
Now we are seeing a different kind of Mapúa kasi usually, di ba, pag nag-isang error sila, sunod-sunod. But this one, it's different. Nakakabawi kagad sila.
And looks like they've embraced this Final Four intensity. Densing! Again, power tip for Densing.
Densing stepping up while she is in the front line and you will see now na Maikago is sa back line. So kailangan may mag-step up sa harap pag wala siya.
Aya Densing had 20 points in their second round meeting with Mapúa. That's a good serve. Rica Blanca powering that one through.
That is an out-of-system play. And yun yung maganda pag high leaper yung spiker like Rica Blanca. Kahit galing sa likod yung set, nagagawa niya ng paraan.
Always a luxury for a team if you have scorers like that. Yung mga broken play.
Yes.
Diba? Pero maganda pa rin yung atake.
Oh.
What a serve coming from Kabadin. Densing kept alive by Freyan. Rica Blanca again! Raisa Rica Blanca.
Another set from the back. And ang taas niya talaga sa ere. Mababa na yung blockers ng Lady Blazers.
Another timeout for Benilde.
Okay, ganun pa rin. Sinulas ko, pag nag-i-pass, tres, okay, one step backward, one step abang lang ko, idadrop o hindi. Kunin mo na yung cross ko. Tibayan mo na dito sa kabila, no? Sa 5. Kaya masyado matras, huwag kayo matakot. Burin na siguro yun, mahina naman yung bola, hindi naman bola.
The score is 15-12, and Benilde has now burned 2 timeouts, which is very uncharacteristic for the Lady Blazers.
And they're a bit quiet when they started the game.
Yeah. So, Greg Kabadin, who served well earlier, does it again. Sam sends it outside, but there was a check.
Ball out.
Oh, ball out. So, our first referee overruling the linesman. And Coach Onyo Kitigan wants a challenge here. Okay. So, umabi na. Itong Mapúa.
Yeah, good sportsmanship from Mapúa na aminin yung mga ganong klaseng sitwasyon. Kasi back in the day,
Yeah.
yung mga ganon, merong kasamang acting tapos nakukuha nila yung puntos.
Yung hanggang dulo, hindi namin naaminin. Hanggang makita niyo yung ebidensya.
Pero kasi yung maganda din ngayon na pwede na i-contest.
Yeah. Greg. Zam. Covered this time by Gavika. Raisa Rica Blanca. Binalik niya. Yeses. Garcia setting up Kabadin. Zam from the middle. Long rally. Alert. Kabadin. Mike's from behind. Pop-up, set up from the middle. Manalo catches the line.
Great effort there by Mapúa. You know, if you're going up against the Lady Blazers, you really need to work hard in terms of defense.
And the Lady Cardinals
Second technical timeout of the set.
are ahead by 3 as we go to this break. Dax Castellano has been here since earlier this morning to witness the men's game and now their team in the women's division. Ito naman si Sir Melchor Divina of Mapúa University. Siya naman, 2 araw nandito para sa Final Four because the men's team
Substitution for Mapúa.
is also in the
For
Final
number 2.
Four. They'll be in action on Tuesday.
Serving
All
now
right,
for the Lady
16-13. Tambasakan.
Teresa Tambasakan.
Kakapasok lang to serve. This is after the technical timeout. We'll see if Mapúa can sustain this. Yes! Through the block.
Lieses with that deep cross. She saw the space dun sa cross court and no one was there.
Survey.
Nakabawi dito si Ash Lieses who has been committing attack errors here in the opening set. And now she serves. Very good server. Itong si Lieses. Freyan. Oh, that bounced off the block. And again, this has been the difference for Mapúa. Their ability to respond quickly and gather themselves again. Garcia scoring the point.
Brian Garcia is the happy pill of the Mapúa now. She's all jumpy every time she scores and nakakatulong din yun kasi.
Malaking tulong, especially in uplifting her teammates. This time, she sends it low.
So let's see with that attack error kung makakabawi siya kagad mamaya. Katulad nung nakabawi siya kanina.
Zach Nolasco
With
now on deck to serve. Repustes picking it up. 1-2 play.
Wow.
Works for Jem Gavica.
the Lady Blazers weren't able to read that.
Wow. Jem Gavica with a gutsy move.
And the defense of the Lady Blazers all scrambled up after that.
Oh yeah. And now one of the best in the league is on the line. Ondangan is denied. But go. Oh, this is 4 touches. Okay, Mikes will get a word from our first referee. Clarifying this call.
Pagtalo mo, tumama sa'yo.
This was the first contact. 1, 2. Kaya akala nila ito pa lang yung pangatlo. But I think first referee Larry Escorial said right after the block, tumama ulit dun sa attacker. Pasarte, her version of a 1-2 did not work. Freyan. Mikes drops it in.
You know, it's really surprising sa Lady Blazers na to see them with more tips kaysa sa spike kasi yung mga palo nilang malalakas, bantay, sarado talaga. Like, I have to commend Princess Rebustes at the back. Lahat napuputo ni Princess.
Yeah. Gavica. Freyan connects.
Like what I've said a while ago, tingnan natin kung makakabawi ulit si Freyan sa attack error niya, and she just did.
Number 2, Rica Blanco.
Freyan Garcia, this time connecting from the other side. And that gives Mapúa some cushion in the first set.
And now, Raisa Rico Blanca is back in the court. Pinapahinga siya muna. And they really need a defensive player at the back. Kaya kailangan isub ni Coach si Raisa.
Pero para sa Benilde, both Lieses sisters are on the court. Kyle Lieses just checked in, and here she is. Freyan setting up Greg. Kabadin sends it away.
Wow, this girl, she's playing so well in defense and even in offense.
Wow. Mapúa.
And it's really nice if a player gets exposed na mapakita niya yung kakayanan na.
Yeah, and the energy from Mapua's side is infectious. And it's translating into their game. That's an overpass. So, Benilde will try to come back here. Almost the same situation they were in against Mapúa in set number 3 of their second round meeting when they were down 16 to 21. Greg, too strong this time. So that's 2 straight for Benilde. And now we have the second best server in the league. Second in that department, Mike Go. Gavika. Rica Blanca with a push. Here's the setup from Benilde. Lieses. Rebustes. Rica Blanca. Doon si Gitigan. Overpass. They go long. Takes care of business at the net.
Aliana Ong, who is the number 6 now in the best blocking department. Bawal mo talaga siya bigyan ng regalo or any blocker.
Ondangan with a response.
Great target header of Ondangan na nandun lang yung kaka-backliner lang ng middle blocker and yun yung talagang magandang i-target. Pag yung middle blocker nasa kaka-serve lang.
And Mel, ito yung hahanapin natin ngayon. Pinag-usapan natin ng pregame as Kabadin. Wow! She has had her way in that tight cross-court shot.
That was a sharp cross-court shot. Hindi nag-work yung zone 1 niya kanina. Kaya tinodyo na yan ng deep cross.
Okay. Kanina na pag-usapan natin, nagiging problema ng Mapúa, panapos sa mga set, especially against Benilde. Do they have it in the opening frame here? Too strong for Freyan.
We are also seeing a lot of unforced errors from their attacks. Ang dami din lumulobo. Probably then they need to really put power sa mga palo nila. If you're going up against a team, actually number 2 and number 3 lang sa digging yung dalawang team. Kaya grabe yung depensa yung nakikita natin.
Oh! Crucial service error from Kyle Lieses. And that'll send Mapúa to this set point situation. They have 4 points to work with. Rica Blanca to start. Difficult first ball. Lieses deflected. Mapúa has a chance. Freyan gives Mapúa the opening set. The Mapúa Lady Cardinals, just like how they did it in their first round meeting, beating Benilde in the first set. Freyan Garcia ends this one with a down-the-line hit. The Lady Cardinals draw first blood, 25-20.
What is up mga ka-NCAA? Ako po si Christine Sanagustin. Kahit anong bagyo ay susuungin para lang mabisita ang mga atleta natin ngayong araw. Nandito tayo sa University of Perpetual Health System Data para syempre suportahan ng ating mga atleta at panoorin ang kanilang pep rally. Stage is ready. Let's give it up for our athletes.
Ganda ng mga performances, actually. Nagulat ako, matagal na nilang pinapagandaan to and perfect naman lahat.
Saan ka ba mas kinabahan? Yung performance nyo kanina o yung first game nyo sa season 1 on?
Mas kinabahan po ako sa performance namin kanina. Kasi minsan lang po kami nasayaw as a team.
Dahil minsan lang, ano yung favorite mong step nung nagsayaw kayo kanina? Pakita mo naman. Ang galing. Ano, isa pa? 1, 2, oh. Ano bang mas gusto mo? Pagi o pogi?
Pagi na lang.
The Lady Cardinals draw first blood in this Final Four encounter. They are the number 4 team, but they're showing us that they're better this time around. Set number 1 highlights natin dito, man. It was Mapúa, to our surprise, maintaining that lead. Naalagaan nila yung kanilang abante all throughout.
You know what, despite of all of their unforced error, Mapúa really worked on their offense and first, grabe yung defense pattern nila and their net defense. Kaya hindi nakaporma yung mga spikers ng Benilde Lady Blazers. And dahil ang ganda din ng mga ng defense nila, ang ganda din ng mga offense nila, kaya din nag-scrambled yung defense ng Lady Blazers sa set 1.
That's right. The main strength of Mapúa going into this matchup is their digging. Doon lang sila mas angat dito sa Lady Blazers. They are the number 2 digging team in the league. They did that against the strong attacks of Benilde. But at the same time, you mentioned the blocking department. Dito sa laban natin, malaking tulong sa opening set pa lang. Kasi nadideflect nila yung mga atake ng attackers itong Benilde.
Yeah, the Mapúa Lady Cardinals were prepared as they went in this game. Grabe yung blocks nila. You see they have 2 blockings and they have more attacks.
Yeah.
Kasi ang ganda ng defense nila. Kahit yung mga out of the system plays nila, nagagawa nila ng paraan at nako-convert nila to into points. And even yung unforced errors nila, madami,
Yeah.
napalitan ito ng binawi nila ng mga attacks na magaganda nung set 1.
And the Lady Cardinals finishing that set 25-20. So to answer our question earlier, meron ba silang panapos? Meron bang finishing kick? Meron. And overwhelming offense from Mapúa in that set number 1. Now we begin the second set. This is still Martin Javier with Melissa Gohing-Nasino. Later on, we'll hear from Gleisel Galpo at courtside. That is Freyan Garcia, who had 5 points in set number 1. Or 6 points, rather, starting us off. But Benilde with a booming first point here in the second frame.
Ondangan targeting the corner pockets of the court kasi bantay na bantay sila sa gitna yung mga strong spikes nila. So they really need to variate their offense now sa Mapúa na maganda ang pinapakita sa depensa.
That's right. Raisa Ricablanca.
Net touch. The Lady Blazers.
Her shot falls in. At ito pa yung isa sa naging istorya natin nung set number 1. Hindi hinahayaang ng Mapúa magkaroon ng consecutive responses itong Benilde.
Yes, and that was their problem that they really need to address sa game na ito. Kasi yung second round, nakakalamang sila, pero hindi sila wala silang panapos that time. Nakakahabol yung Benilde Lady Blazers. They had a lot of opportunities para makuha yung set, especially the third set. Pero yun nga lang, wala silang panapos. And I guess they had a talk probably because we can see they're different now. Meron na silang panapos nung first set. So tingnan natin if they can pull away sa second set.
Greg Cabadin, she rarely does that. Drop ball sa gitna. Ayadin Singh with a sharp hit.
Ayadin Singh with a sharp cross-court hit kasi bantay na yung mga long balls hit niya down the line. So we are seeing more variation now sa attacks ng Benilde and let's see if it's gonna work for them for the second set at makakabawi sila dun sa loss nila sa set 1.
Yeah, 2 apiece. Not the ideal first ball. But Mapúa sends it across. Here is Singh again. Nag-iinit na si Ayadin Singh.
You know, this girl is unstoppable. Once she makes 1 point, dire-diretso na. Yun yung nangyari sa kanila nung third set when they went up against Mapúa nung second round. Siya yung tumapos.
20 puntos. But Benilde
Ball out.
Another uncharacteristic service error.
They really need to lessen their service errors kasi
Grace
yun din,
Kapatid, serving.
a service error is an easy point
Yeah.
to your opponent. So you don't want to give an easy point, especially now in the semifinals.
Now they find themselves down by a set. Tensing, read by Kabadin. Manalo had to reach for it. DSS will try. Rica Blanca go with the dig. DSS tries again, this time off a drop. No. Back attack. Nolasco deflects. Pasarte. Back to Zam. Nice defense here by Greg. Sa kanya ibibigay. Go again. Keeping it alive. Lieses. Rebustes with a response. Two-handed push. Set up from the Lady Blazers. Combination for Ayadin Singh.
This is the longest rally so far. Both teams, number 2 and number 3 digging teams, are now scrambling on the floor, you know, making an effort to get just 1 point.
No.
And Benilde finishes that rally strong by Dinsing.
Yeah. Kavika. Lieses. Scramble. Back row push. Zam from the middle. She scores.
Samantha Nolasco.
The Lady Blazers saw that hole in the middle. Kanila pa nila, nakita nila na, oh, we
Scores now.
got an opportunity right now. That middle spot of their defense, yun yung weakness ngayon ng defense pattern ng Mapúa.
So 5-3 is our tally here. Rica Blanca. Yes, this was ready. 4-1 run for Benilde, but Mike sends it wide.
Attack goes out.
That's pretty unlikely for a Maikago to commit that kind of error during rallies.
Raisa Rica Blanca.
Pero
serving.
grabe, I just noticed right now, Mapúa is targeting the setter. Lahat ng chance ball nila, mapa-chance ball lang, they're gonna give it back to the setter. Kaya hindi din sila nakakabalik yung Lady Blazers na mga running attacks kasi yung chance ball nila sa setter binibigay.
Wow, oo nga.
Yes.
As this scores off the block there. That's an interesting observation because that eliminates a
Serving for Benilde.
perfect pass.
Yes.
Yes.
And a perfect set from a chance ball.
Yeah.
Targetin mo yung setter, di ba? Para walang magandang quick.
Correct.
Tsaka yung walang running attack. Kasi usually yun pag chance ball, running attack, automatic. From Basarte to Zam.
Interesting game plan here for Mapúa. Kept alive by Lieses. Manalo!
Manalo is one of the most consistent spikers of Mapúa in this game. No, she's not the tallest middle blocker, pero
Manalo
grabe.
serving.
This is her original position. Went back to it since last season after being a wing attacker previously. Garcia wins the battle at the net. 6 all.
Yun talaga yung calling ni Manalo. You know that position because she is shining in that position.
And she is not intimidated, even against the taller blockers of the league.
That's true. Sahod na sahod niya o nababasa niya yung mga quick attacks.
Yeah. Mike's from the other side. Wow!
Wow.
Placement
Go.
hit coming from Micah Go.
Kung may sharp cross-court hit sa front line yan, sharp cross-court hit behind the net. As in, right beside the net. Wow. Grabe yung ball control talaga ni Micah Go. And I'm actually excited for her. You know, she is the only one who's graduating in the sa Lady Blazers. So, she would want to have a good ending, right?
Block point.
And, especially as Benilde sends us to our first technical timeout. Si Mike Sigsem magpapadraft na pagkatapos ng ating season. All right, let's go to a quick break. On the other side, we'll have Gleisel Galpo.
Hi mga kapuso, my name is Julia Ong. Question, anong NCAA school ang puro aral lang? Eddie, Araliano University! Pero syempre, joke lang yon. Nandito tayo today, hindi para mag-aral, kundi para makisaya sa kanilang NCAA Season 100 Pep Rally.
Masaya yung...
So nakatutok pa rin kayo dito sa NCAA Season 100 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Like you mentioned earlier, Martin and Melissa ay talagang kinakapos sa dulo itong Lady Cardinals. Similar to what they shared with me na nauubos daw talaga sila sa dulo. But so far, it looks like they have learned their lesson after showing us a more aggressive Lady Cardinals na ipinangako sa akin kanina ni Coach Aying na makikita raw natin ngayong araw. Isa lang naman ang paalala niya during the huddle at ayan ay ang mas tiyagain pa nila ang depensa. On the other end, a frustrated consultant Jerry asked his squad, anong ginagawa nyo? Hindi nyo ginagawa ang trabaho nyo, calling on the Lady Blazers to be more mentally present, emphasizing that they should read their opponents better and find the right timing to execute their plays. Martin and Melissa?
Thank you so much, Glycel Galpo. Well, for most of Coach Jerry's players, this is their first time in a Final Four atmosphere. So you would assume that they're gonna adjust to it. And this is different intensity we are talking about here, Mel.
Yeah, and we are seeing also rookies playing for the first time in the semifinals of the NCAA. So it can be, you know, it's possible rookie cheaters or niwa-warm up pa lang nila, you know, getting their confidence for the semifinals. Iba kasi yung pressure talaga eh. When you enter the semifinals, yung labanan nito hindi lang kondisyon eh. Pupusuan mo talaga yung laro pag sa semifinals na.
That's right. And again, we've seen that happen before, you know, upsets. A good example was our first game earlier in the men's division. Number 1 team, Benilde, beaten via a sweep by the number 4 team, the Letran Knights.
Kaya bilog talaga ang bola pag sa semifinals na. Every team back to 0. And if you are on the top seed, you know, make the most out of the twice to beat advantage.
Yeah. Ayadun Singh winding up and going down the line.
Ayadun Singh answers back to Freyens down the line too. Nakita nila, down the, okay, down the line din ito target ko.
Well, that was great execution from Mapúa as well after the timeout. Freyan sending it straight to the net. So Benilde will establish their biggest lead. 12-8 here in the second set.
Misreceive, dapat mas agresibo yung spiker natin. Misreceive na nga, sinet na nga na gano'n, mamaliin pa natin yung dulo. Diba? Dapat hindi gano'n. Pag nagkamali yung kasama na, ni-recover natin yung mali niya para umangat ulit tayo. Lumalayo sa error natin eh. Okay, so kailangan lang, compose lang ulit, ibalik nyo lang ulit yung sarili nyo. Huwag magmadali, mag-isip.
Instructions from Coach Aying Esteban. Especially now that in this stretch, aside from the solid play of Benilde, tinutulungan pa nila because of their errors.
And they really need to stop kasi good receiver. Number 2, best server ngayon si Micah Go in the league.
Precisely.
Kaya kailangan nila i-stop kagad yun.
That's right. Oh! Lieses! With the connection. That is Ash Lieses with the point.
The Lady Blazers are now targeting the zone 1 and 2 points straight na yun at hindi pa nakaka-adjust yung defense pattern ng Mapúa with that.
And still on the service line is Mikes. Kafika Ong was rejected. Scramble from the side of the Lady Cardinals. Ondangan. Kabadin. Lieses on the line pa rin. This time, a chance ball is sent. Ondangan! Running attack!
Grabe yun yung depensa din ni Kabadin. Medyo napagod na siya nun sa last palo na yun. Puro down the line yung target. That same zone 1 is now the target of the Lady Blazers. So kailangan talagang tibayan yung depensa ngayon ng Mapúa.
Yeah, at some point, kailangan na mag-adjust netong Mapúa Lady Cardinals. Areca Blanca, nasasagot na sila ng floor defense ng Benilde. They go to Nicole Ong who overcooks it. So now it's compounding for the Lady Cardinals. And now Benilde
For number 3.
will
For
shuffle
Mapúa, number 10, Manara.
the
For number
players
7.
here. Clydel Catarig, who is a deadly spiker,
15.
comes in for the
serving
first time, replacing Ash Lieses. It is a massive 7-1 run mounted by Benilde.
Just imagine when Maikago, is in the service
Yeah.
line. Lumalamang talaga yung puntos ng Benilde.
Pinapahirapan yung first ball. And the Lady Blazers are rolling here, doubling up on Mapúa.
What is up, NCAA? This is Glycel Galpo, and today we are here at the College of St. Benilde to witness their pep rally as a show of support for the Benilde Blazers sa nalalapit na NCAA Season 100.
Natutuwa po kami na natuloy na ang aming pep rally dahil for a couple of days medyo hindi matuloy.
It is 16-8 here in the second set. And again, this is almost like a deja vu of their first round encounter. Kasi Mel, first set nun, nanalo itong Mapúa 25-20. Second set, Benilde responded in a big way, 25-11, and they're duplicating it right now. Look at the run here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-0 run right now for the Lady Blazers.
And that's the thing with the Lady Blazers. Kapag on a roll sila, on a roll talaga.
Yeah.
It's either na makakabawi sila, makakahabol sila ng dire-diretso, or lalamang sila ng sobra-sobra. But I guess Rica Blanca wants to stop that.
Yeah.
So tingnan natin kung kakayurin ba ng Mapúa yung napakalaking lamang ngayon ng Benilde.
And against Benilde, hindi mo afford na talagang lumaylay ng matagal.
Yes.
Diba? Catarig! Ong! Tracks it down, but they don't get another dig. So Clydel Catarig scores her first point in the match.
That's the big advantage of the Lady Blazers. Malalim yung bench players nila.
Yeah.
So kahit ano, their coaches can really play their cards.
Miscommunication.
We are seeing a different Mapúa during the second set. Yun yung mahirap kapag nakakalamang na rin yung kalaban nila. They really crumble down.
Yeah.
So,
Number 7.
tingnan natin if mabubuhay ba sila midway.
Yeah.
18 serving 9.
And a big factor here in the second set is the receiving of Mapúa. They did a great job in the opening set, but here nahihirapan sila sa second set before this attack by Manalo. That's a solid execution from Mapúa. And Mel, we have to mention that Mapúa is actually dead last when it comes to receiving in the NCAA.
Yes, and Maikago knew that kanina. Talagang tinarget niya lahat. She made variations, may certain target players siya na ginawa. And kaya lumayo din yung puntos nila. Just like what I've said, ang lalim talaga ng bench players, and si Catarig, maaasahan mo yan kahit galing siya sa bench. Kapag sinub mo yan, she's really gonna deliver right away. Just like what she did.
And Clydel Catarig, for a good part in the season, was our most efficient spiker. She was #1 until they started to change up the rotation.
Yeah, and props to her, despite, not starting, whenever she comes in, she delivers all the time.
Pero si Rica Blanca ang bumubuhay dito sa Mapúa. That's a nice serve. Catarig! Outside? Yeah, that's outside for Clydel. So 2 straight points for Mapúa. It is vital for them to get back to their set 1 form before we end set number 2. Kahit anong mangyari. But right now it's Benilde rolling, establishing an 8-point lead.
Well, despite scrambling kanina dun sa set, pero nagawan pa rin ni Densing. Hinabol niya na yung bola na yun para lang to get that ball over the net. And nagkapuntos pa. Hindi pinakita kanina, pero natamaan din yung ulo ni Basarte after.
Yeah. So, magpapahinga muna si Raisa Ricablanca. Papalitan ito ni Tambasakan. On the other side, Katarig is replaced by Ash Lieses. And Lieses, upon her re-entry, scores the ace. Timeout, Coach Ayin Esteban, as we see another loaded serve from the Lady Blazers.
Training natin yun eh. Kasama kayo dun. Kaso ang nangyayari, iniiwasan mo lang iniiwasan, mamamatay talaga na mamamatay. Kasi nga, hindi yun news na ginagawa natin sa training. Diba? Then, sumasabi doon sa ibabaw, dapat kayong dalawa ni setter kumukuha doon. Bakit yung nasa likod kukuha doon? Diba? Tapos, sige lang, iyan nyo lang, kinukuha nyo yung momentum, mini-error lang natin ang ina-error. Okay, sige lang, balik lang ulit.
Recover!
Yeah, reception has been the major problem for Mapúa this set. They're affected by the heavy serves nitong Benilde, man.
Yeah, probably the coaches reminded the girls na, you know what, we have strong servers and we need to make the most out of that, you know, to beat Mapúa. Wow.
And after the timeout, after those instructions, it's back-to-back aces for Ash Lieses.
And usually, if you're, you know, if you came from the bench, just pinaserve ka kagad, usually may jitters pa yan konti. But, you know, Ash Lieses is proving us wrong.
Yeah. She responded well here in this match. Freyan, kinargahan. Gavika. Go. Soft touch for Maika Go.
Grabe. Simpleng tip. And Maika Go really knows, you know, where to put her tips, where to put yung mga soft spikes niya, or even yung mga hard cross-court hits niya.
Another run for Benilde. And again, it's Ash Lieses spending a good amount of time at the service area. And that's ended by Tere Manalo.
Tere Manalo used that space. Medyo malayo yung blockers at nahuli, kaya tip the ball, kaya pumasok din sa mga blockers.
10-point lead. Tere Manalo will start. Dorog, good first ball. Go. Too strong. Yeah, no check according to our referee.
What really surprised me is that the Mapúa, they target the libero of the Lady Blazers. So I guess, you know, they really need to vary their serve just like
They're
this
targeting,
one.
yeah. Because that's Dorog's job. Diba? Reception.
I mean, she's the strongest receiver of the whole team of the Lady Blazers.
Kasi si Getigan ginagamit pang digs.
Yes.
Yung pag-transition plays.
Yes.
Wewe Estoque. Kinakausap ni Coach Jerry. I'm assuming she'll take action later on. Mapúa with a counter run. Mikes again. And Benilde is now at set point.
Maika Go with her classic sharp cross-court hit dun sa first line. Kaya if you see her in the front line, dapat yung depensa, dun ka muna dun sa corner na yon. Aanday mo, then papasok ka if ititip niya yung ball.
Nagdoble palit muna si Coach Jerry and Coach Onyok Getigan. Zen Basilio is now the playmaker for Benilde. Big time block for the Lady Blazers to end the second set. Look at that. They roof that Freya and Garcia attempt to tie the match. Lady Blazers dominate the second set, 25-15.
Hello mga ka-NCAA, this is Glycel Galpo at ngayong araw ay nandito tayo sa Colegio de San Juan de Letran sa Intramuros, Manila para saksihan ang kanilang pep rally para sa nalalapit na NCAA Season 100. Kaya naman tara at samahan nyo akong makigulo sa mga letranista.
Sobrang saya kasi imagine this is centennial season and lahat ng letranista for sure nandiyan yung support and sobrang saya lang talaga.
Tapos parang kinakabahan kasi parang sigurong pinaghahandaan po namin yung season 100 po kasi parang marami pong expectation mga tao lalo na yung sa previous na season namin na finals game po kami. So parang sinisikapan po namin na makaabot ulit doon po.
Ikaw naman Lara, ano naman ang paborito mong parte ng pep rally natin ngayong araw?
Siguro yung pag-bless po sa amin lahat ng mga
Coverage of NCAA Season 100 Final Four in our women's volleyball tournament. It is the defending champions sending out a statement here in set number 2, dominating the Lady Cardinals.
You know what really set them apart from their game during the first set is that they really proved that they're the number 2 best blocking team. They really loaded up their service and puro misreceive. Kaya di wala din offense yung Mapúa Lady Mapúa sa second set. Hirap na hirap din sila sa depensa and wala silang nagawa when it offensively sa Lady Blazers during the second set.
Benilde is the number 2 blocking team in the league, and we saw that in set number 2. And Mapúa, dead last in receiving. We also saw that in set number 2 natin. Yun yung in-expose netong Benilde Lady Blazers. That's why it was a 25-15 second set. Mapúa tried to come back towards the end, but Benilde was already right there at the finish. And they continued with the win to tie the match. 1 set apiece. This was the big kill block to end it all in set number 2.
And let's look at the numbers. You'll be seeing less talaga yung attacks ng Lady Cardinals. And ang dami ng attacks ngayon. And compared, that's almost half of the attacks of the Lady Blazers. You know, blocking, patas lang. Pero mas nakikita natin na mas naaabot na ng Lady Blazers yung mga palo ngayon ng Lady Cardinals dahil wala silang receive. Lahat ng mga palo nila is more of open. Wala masyadong combination plays ngayon sa Lady Cardinals. Kaya ang bilis lang i-block ng Lady Blazers knowing that they're the number 2 blocking team and you want to have fast combination plays if you're going up against the number 2 blocking team. And halos patas din yung errors. Yun nga lang, in this game, it's not about the errors. It's really how you come back after you commit an error.
And our top scorer so far, Aya Dinsing with 8 points. Freyan Garcia with 8 points as well. Nico Long starts us off in the third with a power hit from the middle.
You know, it's really nice to see the Mapúa Lady Cardinals. And despite na natalo sila nung second set, parang kalimutan nyo na yun. Parang ganun na yung pinapakita nila. They don't look down as they entered the third set.
They're entering with a lot of energy here. Here's a running attack. Dug up on Dangan on the second jump. Kabadin! Popped up by Eliases. And this is gonna be a chance ball. Kavika over to Rica Blanca.
Rica Blanca, who is the highest pointer from their last match in the second round against the Lady Blazers, 11 points.
Yeah. And if Dinsing has the most effortless form, just for me, Raisa Rica Blanca has the scariest form, especially with the way she gathers and approaches the ball.
That's true. Parang matatakot ka if you're a blocker in front of her.
Yung parang sa isip mo, ayan na, ayan na. But this time, Benilde responds.
Now this is different. You know, both teams are starting in a good note with high energy. So tingnan lang natin kung sino yung mag-pull away, midway, and magtatapos ng third set.
Aika go. Nico Long. Dinsing. Check ball. Check ball. So Aya Dinsing swings for her 9th point in the match.
You know, Dinsing, even as a rookie player, plays really smart and crafty. And grabe yung power niya. Tsaka kahit na lamang yung Mapúa kanina, siya talaga yung nagsistep up for the Lady Blazers. So, siya talaga yung isa sa mga super rookies of this season.
That's right. Mike's with a dig. Lieses will try, and she gets it off the block. Benilde with 3 straight points. And it's the same with set number 2. Nung nasa service line na si Maika ko, doon na nag-run itong Benilde.
So we'll see if they're gonna pull away the points again dahil nasa service line si Maika.
See, these are difficult first balls. Rica Blanca. Mikes keeps it alive, but no second ball for Benilde. So Mapúa takes it back.
That's the version of power by Rica Blanca. Grabe, sobrang nipis nun. And even I, as a libero, alam kong mahirap kunin yung mga ganung klaseng bola.
Nicole Ong to serve. Running drop will work for Christy Ondangan.
You know, Ondangan has been targeting. Puro long ball kanina si Ondangan eh. Kaya umaatras yung depensa ng Mapúa kapag siya yung bumapalo. And nakita niya na sobrang laking space talaga nung nasa ere siya. And she changed midway. Nag-tip siya and grabe.
Yeah. Gafika. Rica Blanca off the block. Naku, nagkahiyaan.
Miscommunication there. Kasi Densing, that's the second ball. Talagang binigay niya yun kay Basarte.
Yeah. That's Basarte and Densing. Okay.
Pero usually kasi kapag ganong klaseng sitwasyon, galing siya sa blocking. So it's usually the player na nasa floor yung kukuha nun.
Yung malapit?
Yung nakatingin. Kasi nakatalikod siya, tapos nag-twist siya.
Pumawi agad si Aya Densing. Cross-court kill for Densing. We've seen that quite a few times already in this match.
Densing has been phenomenal in this game. Grabe yung pinapakita ni Densing sa atin ngayon.
She is the first player in double figures with 10 points. Taret Manalo, too strong. 6-4 for Benilde.
Isa din to sa malalakas na servers ng Benilde.
Ito si Aya Densing. You have a lot of heavy servers on this squad. See, that's a difficult first ball. Kabadin. Here is Nolasco. We haven't said her name in a while now. Zam breaks her silence.
Siya talaga yung binabantayan ngayon sa game niyon. From the first set, yung blockers, pumupunta talaga sa kanya.
Yeah.
And they know na Basarte would, start the game with Zam, making an impression para din lumakas yung kumpiyansa ng team.
First ball still is a problem for Mapúa. Aya Densing with her 11th point. This one comes off an ace. Let's go to a quick break. After a few reminders, report naman ni Gleisel Galpo.
Hello mga kapuso, this is Gleisel Galpo at ngayong araw ay nandito tayo sa baluarte ng mga general sa Paco, Manila to witness their pep rally as a show of support for the EAC Generals for the upcoming and much awaited historical NCAA Season 100. Back to the ballgame here at the NCAA Season 100 Women's Volleyball Tournament. After that shaky first set, the Lady Blazers have found and gained the rhythm and momentum that they were looking for. Still, there's no room for complacency for these girls, especially against a team that has defeated them in the first round. In this third set, ang gusto lang ni Consultant Jerry is for them to be more confident in trusting what they are capable of. Para naman sa kabilang koponan, what they're trying to prevent is their cycle of being rattled and stopping their aggressive defensive play sa tuwing nalalamangan sila. Kaya ang paalala ni Coach Aying Esteban ay maglaro lang sila at huwag nang tignan pa ang kanilang score. He also remained adamant about their error, saying ang error natin ang nagpapababa ng ating momentum. Martin and Melissa?
Thanks, Gleisel. That's right. Benilde is back on track, back to being a well-oiled machine. Mapúa looks rattled after starting confidently here in the third set, Mel.
That's correct kasi Lady Blazers, diesel talaga yan eh. They're gonna play better in the long run, and even if lamang ka ng malaking points sa kanila, they're gonna really work on it and hahabulin nila yung lamang ng kalaban nila.
Ito, Coach Aying with the timeout.
Kailangan ka ng team ngayon. Hindi nila kaya nang wala ka. Di ba? Ay sus, napakasimple lang yan, okay? Nagwawala tayo doon sa error natin, no? Di ba? Jem, dumiskarte lang maganda. Pag-atake lang talaga, don't hesitate. Sige lang, paluin lang malakas.
Ano kung lamang sila, abulin natin. Kaya na!
The lead is 10-4. Naka-address yun kay Freyan Garcia, who is doubting, second-guessing herself right now. So, tignan natin if she can respond. Dahil according nga kay Coach Aying, kailangan ka ng iyong mga kampe. This is the run mounted now by Benilde. Consecutive points to build a 6-point lead.
Yeah, that's also one of the, plan na game ngayon ng Benilde. I-target yung mga ace spikers para mapagod sila pag nasa frontline sila. So yun yung ginagawa ng Lady Blazers ngayon sa Mapúa. Targeting Freyan na, 8 points na kanina. Kaya din medyo bumaba din yung kumpiyansa ni Freyan nung nasa frontline siya kasi siya hindi na-target sa receive.
This is outside for Raisa Ricablanca. So the errors are piling up. Mel, I wanted to ask you because Mapúa is number 2 in digging, number 10 in receiving. How could you be number 2 in digging and be dead last in receiving? I know different approaches yan because receiving is off a serve, but I'm sure they work on it in practice.
It's different kasi pa nag-receive, you really need to communicate with your teammates and you really need to position yourself, especially because every server, may percentage yan kung saan pupunta yung bola niya. So you really need to read that as well. I mean, as a libero, I used to always take note of the percentage kung saan pumupunta yung service ng kalaban.
Yeah.
So as a libero, I position my teammates to kung saan sila pupwesto na. Sasabihin ko, dyan yan, or ready, or doon. So now we are seeing a lot of miscommunication from the side of the Mapúa, kaya na nag-scramble din yung reception nila. And iba kasi yung timing talaga ng service receive.
Yeah. So, again, parte po yan ng scouting. Si Mel na yung binigyan ng bola.
Kasi in-explain ko nga daw.
Sige nga, ikaw naman daw. Ate, ayan o. Ashlias is able to connect on this off-the-block hit. But that's interesting. You also have to scout the servers. Diba? They're projected starters. Yeah. Ano yung tendency nila? Yung sino yung tina-target nila kung nagso-serve sila?
Yes.
So, Freyan Garcia, that's a confidence-boosting point for her.
It was good for Coach Aying to remind her na kailangan ka ng team ngayon. Kung wala ka, wala din yung team. Kasi si Freyan talaga, whenever she smiles, every time she scores, jumpy siyang player eh. So nakakataas ng moral yun for her teammates.
Zam! Wow! The emphatic hit from Zam Nolasco.
We are seeing rare running attacks from her pero really effective ngayon yung connection nila ni Basarte sa back quick hits niya.
Now Zam will start from the service line. Ooh! Another faulty first ball. Freyan, inargahan ni Freyan Garcia.
Freyan has been successful with her target na zone 1. But you can't do the same thing if you're going up against the Lady Blazers.
Yeah.
Kailangan ka din mag-variate ng mga palo mo.
You should get her back to her rhythm. Gavika. Pasarte, back set. Ondangan unable to get to it properly.
The set was a bit far from the net. Yun yung mahirap and very challenging pag malayo sa net and pumasok ka na sa loob.
Nagano lang sila. They just laughed it off. Itong si Basarte. Tsaka si Ondangan.
Yes, at this point, the pressure is on
Yeah,
Mapúa.
that's right. Basarte setting up Mikes this time. Underhand pass. Freyan dug up by Lieses. They go back to Mikes. Pancake save. Kabadin is rejected.
Block point.
And Benilde, like in set number 2.
Ang ganda ng bawi ni Ondagan dun sa blocking. You know, she may have committed an error sa...
Hold on.
We are...
There is a sitch. 16-8 tayo.
Second technical timeout.
Benilde doubling up on Mapúa.
Hello mga kapuso! Ako po si Christine San Agustin at ngayon, nandito tayo sa San Beda University para saksihan ang kanilang pep rally para syempre ipakilala at suportahan ang kanilang mga atleta na ready ng sumabak para sa NCAA Season 100. Kaya tara, samahan niyo po ako.
Para sa inyong kwentong totoo, kwentong kapuso, sumali na sa UScoop Plus Facebook group at i-share ang inyong mga larawan at videos. Maaaring ma-feature ang inyong istorya sa aming newscast. Gamitin lang ang hashtag UScoop sa inyong mga post. Abangan po namin yan. At nakakita na tayo ng mga UScoop posts recently sa ating mga social media pages of GMA. Meantime, back to the action. It is Benilde with a commanding lead in the third set. That's a good way to respond if you're Mapúa. Greg Kabadin scoring right away.
Great target by Kabading, pushing it to the corner pocket kasi pumasok yung libero ng Benilde.
9-16. First player in double figures for Mapúa, Brian Garcia. Christian Dangan tracked down by Freyan. This is gonna be a free ball. Basarte. Tenzing. Just too much juice behind that attack.
Sobrang iniwas si Densing from the blockers, from the hands of the blockers ng Mapúa, but nasobrahan sa lihis.
Yun yung familiar na lihis na atake nito ni Densing. Freyan serves again. Ondangan. Gavika over to Raisa who had to adjust. Basarte. Tenzing. Gavika was there. Eto na si Greg Kabadin!
Kabadin is really surprising us at this point with 2 straight points. No, she's trying na kumapit talaga sa puntos at humabol sa lamang ng Lady Blazers.
11, serving 16. Tenzing again.
That middle part of their floor defense. Kanina pa yan, hindi pa sila nakaka-adjust dyan sa floor defense na yan.
We've seen an identical hit from Aya Densing earlier.
Yeah, that's the difference between the Mapúa and the Lady Blazers. The Lady Blazers adjusted well sa mga pagkukulang nila and weaknesses nila nung first set. And ngayon, they're utilizing sa mga weaknesses ngayon ng Mapúa. That's why ang laki ng lamang nila ng second set and ng third set. And hindi pa rin nakaka-adjust si Mapúa sa service reception and sa floor defense ng mga butas nila.
Yeah. 12-17. Mapúa will try to make a push to keep it close. That's an excellent serve from Ong. Service ace for Nicole Ong. And a quick timeout by Coach Jerry Yee.
Landing ka, lumandi ka ng nakatayo, hindi ka na landing ng paluhod ha. Wala na pag dinadrop ball sa ulo mo, iangat mo lang ng iangat yun. Tapos, ready lang agad doon sa pag-inangat yung bola, ready lang agad. Ilan yung blocker na spiker doon? 2? 3? O tao-tao na lang muna, tingnan lang kung saan umiikot. Pag hindi nagki-quick, lock lang, one way lang, tapos depensa lang dito sa kabila. Depensa na. Nicole, huwag magulat, Nicole, ha? Huwag kang magulat sa depensa.
Great reminder of Coach Aying na yung depensa sa gitna talaga. Kunin nyo. Tip lang yan. Easier yan than their strong spikes na Lady Blazers. So let's see if makaka-adjust sila sa depensa kagad sa reminder ni Coach Aying.
And this is how Mapúa has responded so far. They're trying to keep it close. A couple of mini runs for the Lady Cardinals to send themselves to within 4. Make that 5. Wewe Estoque. Kakapasok lang ulit. Nagparamdam agad.
You're really gonna props to the players who came off from the bench but delivered right away for the Lady Blazers. Yun yung maganda sa kanila. Ang dami nilang cards to play. At every spiker, iba't ibang klaseng palo. So ang hirap nun when it comes to floor defense for the Mapúa Lady Cardinals. Ang hirap na hirap sila yun sa depensa kasi hindi nila alam kung saan sila pupwesto. Kasi iba't ibang klaseng spiker pinapasok ngayon.
Imagine, as Rica Blanca scores down the line, Wewe Estoque is the league's #2 spiker when it comes to efficiency. 35% on her hits, and she comes off the bench. Para dito sa Benilde, Samantha Nolasco with a connection from the middle. Ito na. As we see this attack, perfectly placed for Zam. Doble palit na para kay Coach Aying Esteban. Manarang and De Guzman. Replacing Gavica and Cabadin. Manarang. Back set for Rica Blanca. De Guzman. Malamig pa.
Attack goes out.
20-14. And you can just sense Benilde is about to finish this in the third set. Not unless, of course, Mapúa responds in a big way. De Guzman, back-to-back attack errors.
Medyo malamig pa si De Guzman and, well, 2 overcooked spikes. And at this point, they really can't afford to have that kind of unforced errors.
And Gavica plus Cabadin returning after just 2 plays. Estoque commits the service error. It's 21-15.
I guess Coach Aying is reserving the energy of his players for the next set. Kaya din he took the risk na ipalit yung mga reserve players niya.
Tambasakan comes in again to serve. Pasarte. Oh, what a dig. Garcia. Buhay pa. Pasarte will try this. Gavica. Manalo is red. Garcia. 16-21.
Garcia with her classic powerful at i-check niya para sure points for the Lady Cardinals.
Tambasakan. Ooh! Wow! That was costly.
The Lady Cardinals have been committing a lot of errors. Starting the second set.
Ashlieses with 9 points. A staple in the starting lineup. Eto na, si Freyan. Drop naman. Bubuhayin. Mikes. Too strong.
Mike Ago was asking for a check ball call. Pero masyadong malayo sa hands ng blockers.
Manalo serving.
17, serving 22. Pasarte. Zam! Again, She likes it when it's only one blocker in front of her. At ang ganda rin ng mga bigay sa kanya ni Basarte. And that's our number one setter, by the way, Chiney Basarte. Because Mike's took the attack earlier, she attracted the two blockers first. Nicole Long sends it wide.
Bola.
And Benilde is now at set point.
Substitution for Benilde. Number 6, Basilio. For number 1.
Teka lang daw. Shunay. Basilio tried to check in.
Set point.
Pero hindi na matutuloy. Okay. So retain lang ang lineup dito ng Benilde. 24-17. Interesting encounter here between Mapúa and Benilde. Lady Blazers about to take the lead in this match. One-hander on a set. Mike's off speed. Put down by Christian Dangan. And the Lady Blazers take the lead in the match. Overpass. Christian Dangan. Narigaluhan sa nets. The Lady Blazers will take a 2-1 lead. They win set 3, 25-17.
Hello mga kapuso, this is Glycel Galpo at ngayong araw ay nandito tayo sa Jose Rizal University sa Mandaluyong to witness their pep rally as a show of support for the JRU Bombers. Kaya naman tara at samahan niyo ako.
Lahat maganda yung presentasyon ng mga bawat atleta, no? Pero ang pinaka-paborito ko is how we brought joy to the JRU community. We are united and for sure, we will all support the athletes of Jose Rizal University here in Season 100.
Nakabalik kami dito ulit.
The Lady Blazers dominated in the third set with Dinsing 13 points and Go 6 points, Ondangan 7 points, and Nolasco with 9 points. And the Mapúa, they haven't adjusted with their unforced errors and their weakness, yung service reception nila, hindi pa sila nakaka-adjust. And tingnan natin if they will be able to correct their mistakes and cover their mistakes during the fourth set. We are seeing domination in terms of offense. Kasi tinatarget ng CSB Lady Blazers ngayon yung mga ace spikers ng Mapúa. So the Mapúa weren't able to convert it into attack points.
Galing mag-anchor ni Men. That's Melissa Going Nasina. Bringing us through this set number 3 set of highlights. And again, it is the Benilde Lady Blazers. As what she said earlier, we started off toe-to-toe. Dikitan tayo. Mapúa had a good rhythm to begin that set. But a big run, 9-0 run for Benilde, defined everything in that set number 3. You see here how they just dominated that set.
Yeah, they dominated in terms of attacks. And for the Mapúa Lady Cardinals, what really, yung nag-step back talaga sa kanila is their unforced errors from the service line, from their defense, and from attacks. Ang daming outside hits, ang daming opportunities for them to have, to make points. Pero yun nga lang, ang dami talagang errors during the third set from the side of Mapúa. So let's see if they will be, this is their last chance.
Yeah.
The last chance. So tingnan natin kung makaka-adjust sila sa mga weaknesses nila nung second set and third set.
That's right. Set number 4, Mapúa is facing elimination. Benilde, with a win here, can advance to the finals. We'll start with Jem Gavika. Maikago. Loading it up, but sending it long. Leading scorers of the game so far, Aya Dinsing has been pacing Benilde with 13 points. On the other side, 2 players in double figures for Mapúa. Rica Blanca with 10 and Freyan Garcia with 11. Difficult first ball. Easy check for Mapúa. Now they have a chance. Ong is also red. Kabadin. Ong. Oh, saved by Dorog. Kept alive. Players diving for this ball. Go. Deflected. Maikago scores.
Error by the Cardinals.
I thought Mapúa still had a chance to keep the ball up.
Wow, great effort by both teams in terms of defense. Number 2 and number 3. Defensive team, nakita mo na nagsa-scramble lahat. But it's just that yung one-hand dig ni Raisa, hindi nakuha ng teammate niya.
Yeah. Siya naman yung magsiset up dito kay Freyan. That was off a check. Pinigay kay Lieses. Kinaliwa pa ni Ash Lieses.
Awesome adjustment. Galing yung set sa likod. At nagawa niya pa ng paraan. Hinahabol niya yon.
Benilde jumps to a quick lead.
And now Maikago is in the service line again.
And again, whenever she's in that area, as Kabadin commits the attack error, dyan na kumakawala itong Benilde Lady Blazers.
Yeah, the Mapúa spikers have been overcooking their spikes.
Yeah.
Kanina pa talaga yan. And huge opportunity yan pag magandang set, di ba?
Oo. Kabadin finds a spot. So, you mentioned, Mapúa has been making attack errors here, which is not what happened in the first set. Kasi ang ganda nung control nila dun sa opening frame na yun. That resulted to 16 attack points. So that's something that they need to get back to. Rica Blanca.
They just really need to have, good service reception and good defense. Magandang depensa para ma-convert ito into good sets, para mas marami silang combination plays like what they did in set 1.
Yeah. Swing by Lieses. This is gonna cross. But ball is still in play. Freyan sets up Rica Blanca. Headshot. And Rica Blanca touched the net.
Well, that was a hard hit for Dinsing.
Serving for Benilde, Christy on Dangan.
Ito. Oof. And yeah, that was a
facial.
4-2. Ong. But Basarte with great reflexes. Kabadin! Mikes! Almost, but not quite.
Wow, yung face ni Mikes, bakit hindi mo kinuha?
Tinabol ko na eh.
Ang ganda nung effort ni Maikago nun.
Look at this. Mike's able to track it down as she was going there. Yun nga lang, hindi na naabot ni Shunay Basarte. 3-4. Zam. Chance ball. Basarte. Combination for Dinsing. Kabadin! Yes!
Grace Kabadin!
We have to commend Kabadin for all of her efforts from floor defense, and alam ng Mapúa na ang babantayan ay si Rica Blanca. So now binibigay ni Gavika ito kay Kabadin, kaya walang makamantay na blocker sa kanya.
Zam Nolasco catches the line.
So Zam Nolasco, got her groove back kasi grabe yung blocking sa kanya eh. But I'm quite surprised na binibitawan yung blockers sa kanya. Dapat triple blocker yan or dalawang blockers.
Totoo. You know, we've seen a lot of plays na isa lang ang nakatao dito kay Nolasco. This time she gets 2. So they deflect it. Rica Blanca, Lieses with excellent floor defense. Mapúa will respond here. Rica Blanca again. Mikes was right behind. Lieses with a long ball.
Props to Lieses for her great effort dun sa mga sharp cross-court na dedepensahan niya, natataas niya na mabuti. Kaya din, ang gaganda na yung mga set plays para sa spikers ng Lady Blazers.
And Benilde, this is exactly how they would pull away in a set. And now, afterwards, it's an attack error for Mapúa. Will this be challenged? Yes, it will be challenged by Coach Aying Esteban.
Usually kasi pag si Raisa, di ba, itaas kasi siya ng blocker. So, she loves to target the tip of the hands of the blockers at ipapahalo niya to palabas. So, let's see kung nangyari nga ba ito. Pero she looked confident kanina.
I was about to say, kaya kumpiyansa siya eh.
Oo.
Diba, na may check. Tumingin agad siya dun sa coaching staff requesting for a video challenge. So, tignan natin. Was there a touch? Oh! There was none.
Block touch, no.
Wow!
Challenge unsuccessful.
So, Benilde will take a 3-point lead.
7, serving
every
4.
point counts here for Mapúa. So they really need to make the most out of their challenges for this set.
Yeah, 1 left. Kabadin is shut down. A kill block will bring us to our first technical timeout. Nolasco with a rejection. Pagbalik po natin, we have a report from Glycel Galpo.
What is up mga ka-NCAA? Ako po si Christine San Agustin. Samahan po ninyo ako dito sa Mapúa University para saksihan ang kanilang pep rally bilang suporta syempre sa kanilang mga atleta na ready nang sumabak sa NCAA Season 100. Let's go! So, kamusta naman ang mga preparations niyo for season?
We are back to the ball game here at the NCAA Season 100 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Kung ano ang maitutulong nyo at kung ano yung kaya nyong gawin ay gawin nyo na dahil importante itong laban na ito. These were words from Coach Aying Esteban para sa kanyang koponan, and as the Final Four atmosphere intensified, ang paalala ni Coach sa kanyang koponan ay just to loosen up more dahil saying nagiging stiff tayo lalo na sa reception. Huwag kayong matakot at gawin nyo lang. Dagdag niya, hindi raw dapat sila natataranta at nagmamadali. He ended by demanding more decisive execution so that they can minimize their errors. All is on the line for the Lady Cardinals to make sure that this won't be their last dance this season. Back to you, Martin and Melissa.
Thank you so much, Glycel Galpo. Kailangan ng ibuhos lahat-lahat nitong Mapúa Lady Cardinals. Play like there's no tomorrow because for them, literally, there is no tomorrow. Facing elimination, Benilde playing like this. 9-4 lead now for the defending champions.
Now, Basarte is changing her game plan with her sets. So, kanina, puro outside hitters, opposite hitters yung nagtatrabaho for the Lady Blazers. And, you know, I think that's the way how they will finish this game. They're maximizing their middle blockers. Kaya din, nasasalisi yung mga blockers ng Mapúa ngayon.
And now, it is vital for Mapúa to make a run here. Kailangan nilang kapitan itong Lady Blazers dito. If not, there's a chance Benilde will pull away. Dancing from behind. That one is tracked down. Rica Blanca. Basarte, 1-2. Shanae Tuzam. Freyan. chance for Benilde. They go back to Zam. Back row attack. Mikes was right behind. Lieses. Put down by Nolasco.
You don't want to give a regalo to Zam Nolasco, who is the #1 best blocking.
Yeah. Number one.
One in the best, #1 best blocker now in the season.
Zam Nolasco.
And you know what, with Basarte, she
Yeah.
really, makes her spikers shine.
Yeah. And she had big shoes to fill going into this season because she had to replace former MVP, Cloan Mondoñedo.
Pero just imagine that, and #1 siya sa
Oo.
best setting ngayon.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
What a
like-
feat, diba?
Yeah, it's like Cloan never left. Basarte able to
Samantha.
But you
become
know
an
what?
excellent playmaker. Yeah.
Under Jerry, if you've noticed,
Yeah.
grabe yung
Score
mga
is
players
11-5
na
in
under
favor of the
him.
Lady Blazers.
You came from
Cheng,
that tree.
Yeah, Cheng, Ferrer.
Oo nga.
Puro
The
mga
Janelle Cheng.
best
Yeah.
setters.
Oo, correct. Even libero, ikaw. O, diba?
Hindi ko na nga sa setters tayo.
Yeah. Pero napakarami nga. You're right. And meron pa yan. Dating setter din ng Benilde, Juelay.
Yes, Juwalay.
Juwalay pa.
From
Cloan
Hope
Mondoñedo.
Christian High School too.
Oo. So, the foundation is the same as Rica Blanca
For the Lady Cardinals.
takes one back for Mapúa.
Rica Blanca, as of right now, really needs to step up since she's, mas
Rica Blanca
malaki yung
serving.
percentage ng kills niya sa team nila. So, kailangan i-maximize talaga siya. But it's just that, siya din yung binabantayan ng mga blockers ng Lady Blazers.
Zam Nolasco
Samantha
with
Nolasco.
little resistance that time. And the Lady Blazers are feeling it. Ahead by 6.
Like what I've said a while ago, ngayon, iba na yung game plan ni Basarte. Puro kay Zam lahat.
Yeah. Siya na yung pinupuntahan dito in the last few plays. Oh. And again, first ball. Yan ang problema ng Mapúa. Ondangan is rejected. Basarte will swing. Back row adjustment. Will not drop. Mike's push down the middle for Mike Ago.
Mike Ago is really effortless when it comes to yung mga tips and target.
Substitution
That
for
same
Mapúa.
target. Parang nakailang
Number
points na
12,
siya dyan,
Tampasakan for
honestly.
number 2.
Ganun lang yung mga
13
atake this
serving,
season ni
6.
Mike Ago. Placement lang. But things are now unraveling for the Lady Cardinals. Tere Manalo. Basarte. Uy. Nasobrahan lang siya. Pagka-soft yung atake nun ni Christy Ondangan. 7-13.
Therese Manalo serving.
Tere Manalo. Christy. They go to Freyan. Mike's. Pa-check out ni Mike Ago.
Micah, go!
Grabe yung mga puntos ni Mike Ago, no? Like, tip, simpleng tip, simpleng soft spike. But if you see her points, and yung mga
Basarte,
puntos
serving.
niya during rallies na sobrang intense, siya talaga yung maaasahan ng Lady Blazers.
Precisely. Good quick play. Nicole Ong connects.
We are still seeing Mapúa with good energy, good vibes. So tingnan natin kung makakahabol sila sa lamang ng Lady
serving.
Blazers. And are they just gonna give this opportunity away?
Oo nga. Back in the Final Four. Kailangan. Hindi mo ito pakawalan as Christy Ondangan
Ball out.
sends it outside. So a 5-point lead. The Lady Cardinals are playing catch-up again. This is Jem Gavica, rookie setter.
And they need to maximize this strong front lineup. But
Point for the Lady
Tinapos
Blazers.
kagad yung rotation na to.
And even with that full gather
For Benilde.
and a power
Number
hit
16,
from Mike
Katari for
Ago,
number 3.
yung targeting niya talaga
Yes.
on
Serving
point.
On point.
Yeah.
Like, wala talagang tao dun sa mga target niya.
15-9. Freyan, dug up by Basarte. Katarig. Set up. Oh! That's a bullet
Freyan Garcia.
fired by Freyan Garcia.
Great target there by Freyan Garcia. Kailangan niya talaga mag-step up and this is their strongest rotation. Tatlong spikers sa harap.
Rica Blanca
Kailangan
for
nila
number 12.
i-maximize ng Mapúa Lady Cardinals na marami silang spikers sa rotation na ito.
Magkabilang kaliwete yan, Kabadin and Rica Blanca. Almost an overpass.
And it's more challenging.
Yeah.
Defend.
Oh! Headshot.
Nicole.
Ong checks on Dorog. But an emphatic hit by Nicole Ong.
11, serving,
Yeah.
15.
That's her version of power and if si Nicole Ong talaga, she's the type of middle blocker na hindi sobrang baon. Kaya bawal ka talaga umabante pag siya yung dedepensahan mo.
Rica Blanca punches one in. So Mapúa, all of a sudden, is within 3 points.
Raisa Rica Blanca is doing what the Lady Blazers are doing to them too. Kailangan talaga nila i-variate din yung palo nila.
Yeah.
Because you're going up against the third most defensive team too. So kailangan mong hanapin yung weaknesses din nila sa depensa.
Ondangan, that one was deflected. Raisa again, this time better coverage from Dorog. Drop ball will not work. Raisa. Kabadin, kinargahan, pero nandun pa rin yung blockers. Gaviga, back to Raisa here. Dorog sets up Katarig. Long rally. Ong, bumalik. Hold on.
4 hits.
They're calling it not over. And
Second technical timeout
this will
of the
be
set.
our second technical timeout. Nicole Long sending it low. We'll be back after a few reminders.
What is up mga ka-NCAA? My name is Christine San Agustin and today we are here at the San Sebastian College Recoletos to witness their pep rally for this season. Kakamustahin po natin ang kanilang mga atleta kung paano nga ba sila naghanda para sa NCAA Season 100. Kaya tara, samahan niyo po ako.
We've been preparing for this season, knowing that
Back to our coverage. NCAA Season 100. And this is how the scoring went. Mapúa gaining some momentum to cut the lead down to 4 here, but ultimately
16,
they
serving
shot
12.
themselves in the foot again with an error to break their own run. Rica Blanca, who has been getting her rhythm back. Ong, di makakabawi. Katarig, too strong.
Ball out.
Outside for Clyden Katarig. Now, Ashley SS comes back in. We have a 3-point game.
Ong serving.
It was as large as 6 earlier. Tinsing! Abuelo, si Rica Blanca, pero bumalik sa kanila. Kept alive by Gavica. This is still playable. Nolasco ends that rally.
You know what, this is the Zam Nolasco set. She's unstoppable. Lahat ng mga back quick, front quick,
Then six,
lahat
serving.
puntos kaagad para sa Lady Blazers.
She's putting on a show. And again, she was our player to watch from the side of Benilde. This is why. siya na yung focal point ng kanilang opensa.
Eh, sa mga best plays na
Block
collection
point.
ng NCAA,
Yeah.
top 1 yung play niya.
Yeah, that's right. But Zam right here is read by the blockers. Tere Manalo getting a hand on it.
Grace Kabadi
We
serving.
are seeing kumakapit pa rin ang Mapúa sa set na ito.
Yeah.
And you know what? At this point, you really have to give your all. But
Service error.
they really can't afford to have this kind of unforced error.
Substitution for Mapúa.
Especially
Number
from the
14
service
Esteban
line,
for
because
number
that's really
7.
an easy
And
point
number
for the
10,
Lady
Manarang for
Blazers.
number 1.
Big change in the lineup for Coach
18,
Aying Esteban.
serving 14.
Esteban and Manarang both coming in. That's Francesca Esteban. Oh, Rica Blanca is denied. Zam from the middle. Saved. Ooh!
Attack error.
So, 2 straight attack errors. No. First one was a service
Time
error,
out,
and now
Mapúa.
it's an attack error for Mapúa. Rebustes with a great save. They just couldn't send it
Nakikita ko
across.
nasa na yung bola. Kung ano nangyayari doon sa loob ng court. Ang gusto ko lang, tatakbo ka lang dito, sineset na, nandito ka lang, nag-stay ka lang. Dapat, pag depensa, nakatingin sa bola, bago ma-set, naka-ready ka na rito. Jem, sino yun? Ted, galing sa takbo, itaas mo ng konti para makapwesto rin yung spiker mo. Okay, pag wala, dito ka sa likod kung hindi kaya, di ba? Pero, kailangan kasi makapunta tayo ng mabilis doon sa pwesto para makatake tayo ng malakas. Okay, let's go, let's go.
Okay.
You know, that's true. Kasi kanina pa, medyo low sets. Kaya din ang daming net na hits from the side of the Mapúa Lady Cardinals. And kailangan mo talaga makapwesto sa depensa muna para maitaas mo ng mabuti sa setter. Para din magkaroon kayo ng combination plays. Hindi kailangan ng mabilis sa depensa. Itaas mo lang talaga sa gitna. Just like now.
Better execution. Mikes down the line. Binuhay ni Rebustes. Set up for Benilde again. Running hit was returned. Go. Now Mapúa has a chance. Rica Blanca with the angle. No. Go. Drop ball. Nakaabang si Rica Blanca. Back row hits. Mikes pops it up. They go back to Zam. And she gets the check ball.
Wow. Mapa-check ball man,
The Lady
mapa-tip.
Blazers are now
Lahat
at
na ng
20.
palo ni Zam, patay kagad.
Zam Nolasco in her element.
Yes, she's really the finisher of every rally in this game for the Lady Blazers. And now they only have 5 points away.
That's right. From making it back to the finals, Francesca Esteban
Francesca Esteban
connects. This is the daughter of Coach Aying, by the way. If you guys are wondering.
Rica Blanca serving.
Francesca is just smiling. And you know, at this point, you just need to play your game. Yun yung iniremind ni Coach Aying, sana huwag kayong manigas sa depensa. You just keep on moving and just, you know, play your game.
Samantha Nolasco.
But again, Zam Nolasco. Di na kailangan i-power. Just putting it at the right spot.
Serving.
You know, I've been waiting for her to target that spot. Because from their previous games, favorite niya yung spot na yun.
Yeah. Siguro, pag nakikita niya, uy, walang tao. Yes, magagawa ko. But right here is Freyan Garcia.
Great target there by Freyan, knowing na Zam is in the back line. Patargetin mo yung middle blocker kagad sa depensa.
Can Mapúa make a last push? Manalo. Pasarte. Ondangan. Christie scores.
Christie Ondangan.
Grabe yung follow-up ni Ondangan dun sa same position na tinarget ni Zam.
Dun pa rin, no?
22,
Oo
serving
nga.
16.
And Manalo was actually right there. Pero sumobra lang. Dumiretso sa net yung kanyang save. Manarang. Ooh. That is near the net. Lefty push. Esteban. Tensing. Popping it up. Tensing. Siya naman ang nagdala sa kabila. Ong with the delay. No. Mikes. Rally continues. Rica Blanca from behind.
Raisa Rica Blanca.
So,
Rica Blanca still stepping up kahit nasa backline siya because the team really needs her right now. 3 points na lang yung kailangan ng Benilde just to get this game.
Substitutions for both teams. Basilio Estoque pumasok para sa Benilde. And etong si Gavica nagbabalik sa ating laban alongside Greg Cabadin. And Jem now will serve. She is number 10 in the league in that department. They go to Wewe Estoque. Wow.
Willie
I can't believe it. You know, every time she enters, sobrang grabe yung power ng palo niya. At she knows where to target. At alam niya kung saan yung butas ng depensa.
Grabe yung parahan na yan para kay Coach Onyok. Meron kang Estoque in your second unit. 23-17. Freyan takes it back.
Freyan Garcia.
But right now, Mapúa has their backs against the wall. Basilio going to Ondangan. And Christie will send Benilde at match point.
The Lady Blazers are utilizing their middle blockers.
The Lady Blazers
puro middle
are now
halos
at match
ngayon
point.
yung percentage ng set ngayon. Probably 70% puro middle blockers yung mga plays nila.
Of speed. Nolasco and the Lady Blazers are back in the NCAA Women's Volleyball Finals. A 4th consecutive finals appearance for Benilde. Sam Nolasco ends the match with a powerful kill. And this is how we end. Lady Blazers win it in 4 sets. Benilde advances to the Season 100 Finals, winning against Mapúa in 4 sets. We're not yet done though. When we return, let's go first to a quick break. When we return, we'll talk to some members of the Lady Blazers. We're back inside the Philoil Center here in San Juan. Post-game discussion of this Final Four matchup between Benilde and Mapúa. It is the Lady Blazers advancing to the finals by winning in 4 sets over the Mapúa Lady Cardinals. Good to have you with us here. My name is Martin Javier alongside Melissa Gohing Nasino. As promised, kakausap tayo ng ilang miyembro mula sa Benilde Lady Blazers. First off, we have here our winning coach, Coach Onyok Kitigan. Coach, congratulations. A big win for you guys. I want to start off first, Coach, by saying, syempre, congratulations. Great job for you and the girls. Pero ngayon, nasa finals na kayo. You know, your thoughts right now, ano naglalaro sa isipan mo that you're back in the finals, you still have a chance to, you know, complete a 4-peat.
Ay, syempre, yun nga, babalik na naman kami sa training.
Nako.
Kung ano yung mga lapses namin kanina kasi nakuhaan lang set eh.
Oo nga, kanina, Coach, sige, pag-usapan natin yon. Una muna yung preparation because you only had rather 1 day to really prepare. Nung Friday, you went straight to training. Saturday, kahapon yung full day natin of training. Was that a challenge for you guys and how are you guys able to utilize the time?
Hindi, pag ganun lang kasi, light training lang kami pag ganun eh.
Light training?
Oo, tapos babalikan namin yung mga nakaraang game.
Okay.
Coach, meron kayong rough start nung first set, Coach. Ano yung mga adjustment nyo? Nakabalik kayo kagad second, third, and fourth, and na-dominate nyo na yung after the first set. Ano yung mga adjustments na ginawa nyo po?
Siyempre, yung mga kanina nung first set, siyempre, napagalitan yung mga kasama yun eh. Then after nun, nakapag-adjust, napalitan ng tao, nilabas si Densing, then binalik. Ayun na, nakarecover na kami.
Okay, Coach, yung first set na yon, siyempre, karamihan dito sa mga players mo, first time mag-Final Four dito sa NCAA, nakitaan mo ba sila ng konting pag-adjust dun sa... Kasi, siyempre, iba rin yung elimination round natin sa Final Four, especially when it comes to the intensity. Nakita mo ba sila, nag-adjust sila dun?
Oh, kanina. Kasi nung kanina, medyo mabagal kami talaga nung first set eh. Kaya medyo ginising ni Coach Jerry. And then nung pagdating ng second set, yun na, nandun na yung tempo namin.
Coach, ang ganda ng balasa nung tao ninyo. Pinapasok nyo dito, key moments si Wewe Estoque. But in that last set, parang ang naging diskarte, pinoint out kanina ni Mel, ang naging diskarte nito ni Basarte, itong si Zam Nolasco, siya talaga yung pinakamarami niyang pinuntahan. Was that part of the game plan to really, maximize Zam, especially dun sa ating close-out set?
Kasi yung katapatan niya sa blocking medyo advantage eh. Kaya halos lahat ng bola nandun. Pagka na-check, sa iba naman ibabato.
Okay.
Coach, napansin na namin during the second set, iba na po yung services nila. Talagang sinabihan ba sila na i-load nila yung service
kasi
nila?
ang nangyayari kasi pag nag-i-serve kami, nabibigyan yung middle ng kabila eh. Nagkakaroon ng middle activation. So para walang ganun, inargahan yung service. So, pipilitan sila magbigay ng mga outside hitter nila.
So Coach, ano pa yung sa tingin mo na kailangan pa ng team para sa finals?
Para safe, lahat-lahat siguro ng department. Depensa, opensa, service, blocking, lahat-lahat. Kasi andun na finals na yun eh.
Okay.
Diba?
Coach, ito yung finals nyo. Fourth straight, of course, finals appearance para sa Lady Blazers, 97, 98, 99, and now in season 100. But this is your first final series na wala yung core ninyo from the previous seasons. Wala si Jade, wala si Gail, wala si Mitch, wala si Chloan. Mindset-wise, paano nyo ipe-prepare lalong-lalo na yung mga bata? Kasi finals na to, of course, marami ng chance ang i-check yung game ninyo. Meron na tayo mga tape. Paano mo ipe-prepare yung mga bata para sa ganong klaseng sitwasyon?
Siyempre yung finals, siyempre nagbi-viewing din yung kalaban. So siyempre dapat may ilabas kaming bago. Yung palitan ng tao, yung adjustment ng setter, yung go-to player, kung kanino ibibigay yung bola pag kailangan na kailangan.
Sige nga, share mo nga sa akin, Coach, yung mga balasa ng tao, yung mga ilalabas nyo. Hindi, biro lang. Siyempre, ano yan, ilalabas nyo yan when you go to the finals. And you're looking at two teams right now, Arellano and Letran, number 2 and number 3 na maghaharap sa Martes. Okay, preferences. Sino ba yung... sorry, dito na tayo. Mag-finals na eh, di ba? For Benilde, in the elimination round natin, kanino kayo, kumbaga, naging mas komportable na kalaban o na laro?
Hindi ko masabi kasi parehas na contender din eh kasi parehas yung tinalo kami nung round 1. Kaya
hindi, Letran tumalo sa inyo round 1. Arellano, hindi, 2 losses lang kayo eh. So, ito, twice to beat ang Letran. Arellano, of course, at number 3. Tingin mo, ikaw, Coach, tinitignan mo yung laban na yan. Ano yung expectation mo mula sa dalawang team na yan?
Siguro, aabot sa dulo yan. 5 sets siguro. Kasi nung nakarang laban na lang, ganda laban eh.
Ganda.
Ganda,
Nag-5 sets din, Coach. Pabor yun sa inyo. Medyo pagod sila.
Kasi kung sino man yung manalo dyan, tataas yung kumpiyansa eh. Total, nasa dulo na. Lahat na ibibigay na yan. Wala nang bawian yan.
Coach, ang naging question sa panimula ng season natin, wala na yung core, maipagpapatuloy kaya ng Benilde ang kanilang championship culture dito sa NCAA Women's Volleyball. Naisagot na yan with this finals appearance. Coach, anong ibig sabihin itong finals appearance para sa iyo at saka sa buong Benilde institution?
Yun nga, kahit nawala yung core, so nandiyan pa rin yung talagang yung programa eh. Importante yung program na makapag-produce talaga ng mga player na pwedeng umangat.
Okay. Coach, mga inaasahan mo magpo-perform para sa team mo in the finals na dito hindi mo masyadong nakita, medyo nag-struggle ng konti. Doon sa finals, ina-expect mo na magba-bounce back.
Oo, kasi siyempre, ito kasi semis natin, hindi mo rin pwedeng, na kunin kagad kasi yung kalaban gusto rin manalo eh. So siguro, ang pinaka-adjustment namin siguro doble yung palahat.
Sige.
Coach, pansin namin na even yung mga players, reserve players nyo, pag pumapasok sa court, ready. Like Katarig, Estoque, may certain training ba yan or mental training? Kasi grabe yung mental toughness po ng lahat ng players ng Lady Blazers na kahit lamang po yung kalaban ng ilang po, like yung last game po ninyo with Mapúa, lamang po sila pero nakakahabol po kayo.
Siguro ang pinaka doon kung gusto mong matuto yung bata, bigyan mo ng oras. Talagang bigyan mo ng pagkakataon. Then ibabalik niya yun sa'yo ng buong kumpiyansa.
Ayun. So, nakuha nyo naman yan. Coach, bago kita pabatiin dito, it's gonna be a few days of rest and preparation for you guys. Number 1, magse-celebrate ba kayo? Number 2, paano nyo gagamitin yung oras na yan para mapaghandaan kung sino man yung mga kalaban ninyo?
Yung siguro yung celebration, saglit lang yan. Ngayon lang yan.
Meron. Pero meron.
Pagbalik ng school, focus na ulit.
Kasi
Baka may buffet sila after.
Oo nga eh. Kasi nung Friday, dumiretso daw sila ng training eh.
Wow.
Kahit nanalo sila. Okay, Coach. So, a few days of rest. Yan. Preparation-wise. Okay.
Tsaka hindi, pagka ganyan kasi na isang ano na lang, yung viewing talaga importante.
Okay.
Parang yung mindset ng mga bata na check na nila kung sino yung babantayan.
Plenty of time for film viewing for the Benilde Lady
Kasi
Blazers.
Yung game sunod-sunod eh.
Yeah, that's right. So, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, salamat.
Yan, Benilde is back in the finals. Coach, your chance to greet everybody who are watching right now at yung mga nanood din syempre live dito sa PhilOil.
Yan, maraming salamat po sa mga CSB community. Mga estudyante pong pumunta dito, maraming salamat po. Yun lang po, tuloy po sana yung suporta niyo sa amin.
Coach Onyok Getigan of the Benilde Lady Blazers, congratulations.
Thank you po, salamat.
Congrats, Coach.
Thank you po.
And good luck.
That's right. So again, Benilde winning in 4 sets, but we are not yet done. We'll talk to some players of the Lady Blazers when we return.
What is up mga ka-NCAA? Ako po si Christine Sanagustin. Kahit anong bagyo ay susuungin para lang mabisita ang mga atleta natin ngayong araw. Nandito tayo sa University of Perpetual Health System Data para syempre suportahan ng ating mga atleta at panoorin ang kanilang pep rally. Stage is ready. Let's give it up for our athletes.
Ganda ng mga performances, actually. Nagulat ako, matagal na nilang pinapagandaan to and perfect naman lahat.
Saan ka ba mas kinabahan? Yung performance nyo kanina o yung first game nyo sa season 1?
Mas kinabahan po ako sa performance namin kanina. Kasi minsan lang po kami nasayaw as a team.
Dahil minsan lang, ano yung favorite mong step nung nagsayaw kayo kanina? Pakita mo naman. Galing. Ano, isa pa. 1, 2, ano bang mas gusto mo? Pagi o pogi?
Pagi na lang.
Tayo po ay nagbabalik sa NCAA Season 100 coverage. Final 4, match highlights tayo from set number 1 and to our surprise at yung mga NCAA fans na nanonood na sorpresa sa simula natin because it was Mapúa taking the first set 25-20.
Yeah, the Mapúa Lady Cardinals really started on a high note. You know, every department was working for them. Defense, service reception. Kaya din, meron silang maraming plays, combination plays, and even their outside hitters were performing well during that set. And for the Lady Blazers naman, bantay sarado, yung blockings na Mapúa, yung mga palo nila, kaya naman nakuha na Mapúa yung set number 1.
That's right, Mapúa came out with a lot of energy in set number 1. They really set the tone and they successfully maintained the lead until the very end there, 25-20. Pero pagkatapos po ng set number 1, as we see, more attacks right here because Mapúa had 16 attack points in that set number 1. Benilde had 13, so it was a plethora of offensive plays. Yun yung napanood natin. Pero pagdating natin sa set number 2, nag-iba na yung tema ng ating laban. Benilde was, went back to their old form here, their dominant form in set number 2.
Well, it really, you know, Benilde really proved bakit sila yung number 2 blocking team in this season. And they really adjusted well based on defense. Pero nag-start talaga sa service line. Itong sa second set, binasag talaga nila yung service reception ng Mapúa Lady Cardinals. Kaya hindi sila na-commit dun sa, wala sila masyadong magagandang combination plays during the second set compared to their set 1. And both teams really put an effort when it comes to defense. Lahat talaga nagsascramble lahat sa defense. It's just that yung service reception talaga yung setback na Mapúa Lady Cardinals for the second set.
That was where the biggest adjustment came for the Benilde Lady Blazers. Their heavy serves really made the difference against Mapúa, who was coming in dead last when it comes to service receptions, and that was exposed in the second set. Benilde took full advantage and they also tightened up their blocking to deflect the attempts of Mapúa's attackers, and they were on a roll. Nag-click lahat doon para sa Benilde Lady Blazers. Again, dominant in that second frame. A big bounce-back performance by Benilde. We ended with a kill block for Wewe Estoque. And the final in that set number 2 was 25-15. And that was the start of a Benilde takeover in the match. Third set natin also went their way, Mel.
You know, that's the thing where when you are going up against the Benilde Lady Blazers, kailangan mo talaga maging consistent. But for this set, ang daming unforced errors from attacks, from blockings, ang daming net errors then from the side of the Mapúa Lady Cardinals. They were just giving easy points away for the Lady Blazers. Ang dami din lang service errors during that set. And they weren't able to bounce back from their loss during set 2. And for the Lady Blazers, they dominated in every aspect, in every department. Defense-wise, galing, sobrang galing. Grabe yung effort nila. Even their coverage better from their blocking. Their blockers too put a lot of effort. Kaya wala din masyadong hindi nakaporma when it comes to offense yung Mapúa Lady Cardinals. And their set plays, their combination plays, ang ganda ng receive nila. Kaya ang dami din combination plays from the Lady Blazers.
And the lapses and errors that you pointed out, Mel, were also an effect of the dominance of Benilde, because when that was happening, there was slight intimidation already on the side of Mapúa, and they were never able to pull themselves together again. That led us to set number 4, the closeout set for the Benilde Lady Blazers.
You know, the Benilde Lady Blazers just proved us how mature their team is. Grabe yung adjustment nila kagad sa mga lapses nila. Like for example, sa defense, pag nabutas yung down the line nila, mag-a-adjust nila kaagad. And for this set, it's really Zam Nolasco set. Ang dami niyang puntos. You know, binibigay talaga sa kanya ng setter. Pag frontline siya sa kanya, lahat front quick, back quick, lahat ibibigay sa kanya, and even ondangan. So for this set, talagang ni-utilize ng setter nila yung middle blockers. And everybody stepped up to in defense and service reception. Sobrang seamless for them to finish this set against the Lady Cardinals.
That's right. We saw Benilde back in their championship form in that set number 4, closing things out against the Lady Cardinals for a 4th straight finals appearance here in NCAA Season 100, or NCAA Women's Volleyball. This was how they closed it out. Again, they went in a lot of plays to Zam Nolasco. Here's another one for you. From the middle this time. Ano pa? Bigyan mo pa kami, Zam. Marami pa yan. May kill block pa yan.
Oo.
Pagkatapos nito. Okay, but again, Coach Aying tried to mix and match. Zam Nolasco was just too good in that set. That's her favorite. Mamaya aminin niya sa atin kung favorite ba niya yung placement hit na yon. But here are final numbers, Mel. And Lady Blazers, this is how they were able to advance to the finals again.
You know what? If you are going up against an attacking team, kailangan mo mag-step up sa blocking. Kaya makita mo na lamang ang Mapúa Lady Cardinals when it comes to blocking, but it wasn't enough. Their effort, hindi enough dun sa 60 attacks ng Lady Blazers. Grabe yung effort nila sa offense because grabe din yung defense nila. They're the number 3 defensive team of the season. And ang dami talagang unforced errors na Mapúa Lady Cardinals. You'll see 27 errors. That's giving out, you know, one set.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Ang dami nilang opportunities sa game na ito, but it's just that pinakita ng Benilde Lady Blazers yung maturity nila as a team na despite, you know, being under pressure, they still remained unfazed and they pulled away towards the end of the game.
60 attacks in just 4 sets for the Benilde Lady Blazers. Kasama natin ngayon, kanina pa natin binabanggit. At habang binabanggit namin yung pangalan niya, tumatango lang siya at ngumingiti. Zam Nolasco is our best player of the game.
Thank you.
Zam, congratulations.
Thank you.
Grabe naman kayo. Unang-una, you know, leading this group, pakiramdam mo, nasa finals ulit kayo, 4th straight season.
Yes. Kasi parang dito naman talaga yung goal namin na makapag-finals. And yun, ngayon.
Okay. Zam, 19 points today, 18 off attacks and 1 block nung unang 3 sets natin. Minsan-minsan pinupuntahan neto ni Shanae Basarte, pero nakarami ka nung closeout set number 4. Was there an instruction na ikaw ang pupuntahan ng iyong team dun sa set na yon?
Nag-usap kami ni Ate Shanae, sabi niya nung mga second set and third set, sabi niya, pahinga daw muna ako. Kasi pag sa last na daw, bibigyan niya daw ako ng yun. Kasi wala na talaga eh. Parang yung iba din, need din talaga namin pumuntos. Kaya, ayun.
Alam mo, grabe yun. Nagpahinga na si Zam. Nanalo pa sila dun sa second at third set. Diba? And they dominated those sets.
Now we know kasi inaantay namin yung mga sets sa'yo nung first set and second set and third set. Tapos biglang puro ikaw yung binigyan. So ano yung mentality mo kapag ganun? Pag sinasabi sa'yo ng setter, syempre diba, as a player, gusto mo makapuntos din. So paano ka nakabawi nung fourth set? Kasi grabe, unstoppable ka nun. Lahat ng sets talaga mapatip. Yun nga yung favorite na yung tip mo na ganun eh.
Sige.
Ano po eh. Sa ano po kasi namin ni Ate Chinay, pag ganun po yung nangyayari, sinasabihan niya po ako na ikaw muna pumatay, ganun. Tapos ako naman po, syempre, role na din po yun eh, na binibigyan niya ako ng trust. So, yun, ginagrab ko lang yung opportunity na mag-contribute din sa team.
Confirm natin, favorite mo ba talaga yung placement shot na yun, yung konting lihis na yun, nakikita mo lagi?
Yes, kasi once in a blue moon lang yun pumuntos eh.
Kaya pala pumupunto siya doon. Natuwa siya. Nagawa ko ulit. Okay. Zam, eto, fourth straight finals appearance para dito sa Benilde Blazers. Pero iba na yung core ngayon.
Yes.
You know, start netong young players, your batch. Paano nyo kukunin yung kampyonato ngayong season?
Syempre, lang kasi kami, parang kung ano lang yung ginagawa namin dati, siguro mas idodoble pa namin. Kasi, kumbaga, kami-kami na lang naman din yung andun. And siguro, andun na rin yung, namin yung tiwala sa isa't isa na kakayarin din namin makuha yun ng kami-kami.
Ayun. And kinaya nyo nga.
So ano yung mga adjustment nyo? Kasi diba yung first round, meron kayong 2 talo.
Yes.
Tapos second round talagang winning, as in momentum kayo up until today. So ano sa tingin nyo yung in-adjust nyo as a team?
Siguro unang-una na din yung blockings namin. Kasi nung first round, parang dun talaga kami nagkukulang eh. Parang every time na wala kaming ganun, hindi kami makakapag-create ng puntos and hindi kami makakapag-opensa agad. And yun, laging nire-remind ni coach na kailangan namin mag-block ng maayos. And yun, na-work naman namin. Bawat isa sa amin na nakaka-block naman.
And isa ka sa mga nag-step up doon, being the #1 blocker in the league and all. Okay, Zam, congratulations. Pagkakataon mong batiin lahat ng nanonood sa inyo ngayon. Telebisyon, pati na rin yung pumunta dito live.
Yes. Yun, thank you po sa mga nanonood. First, sa family ko po na laging nagso-support sa amin and sa team ko. Pati nga, yun po, yung mga sumusupport din dito sa venue pumupunta para lang pumanood. And binabati ko rin po yung si Kuya Eko kasi sabi niya kanina, shoutout ko na siya. Tapos yun. Tapos yun, sa mga sa mga parents ng teammate ko, yun, thank you.
Zam Nolasco, matindi yung shoutout na yun. Nasa Final 4. Nagpa-shoutout. Zam Nolasco with 19 points today. She is our best player of the game. Ngayon, pupuntahan natin itong isa sa mga leaders ng Benilde. Mike Go kasama ni Glycel Calpo.
Yes, Martin and Melissa, kasama ko nga ngayon ang ating team captain, ang team captain ng Benilde Lady Blazers na si Micah Go. Micah, congratulations. Muli kayong nagbabalik sa finals. Eto, tanong ko sa'yo, pinag-usapan to kanina nila Martin and Melissa, pero bring us to that first set. Ano ba yung nangyari? Bring us to the floor. Ano ba sa tingin mo yung naging lapses kung bakit naisahan kayo doon ng Lady Cardinals?
Well, siguro, yes, lumaban din naman yung Mapúa sa amin. And kami din, parang siguro di kami masyadong nag-ready na hinahayaan lang din namin na ganun. So yun din, I think, yung naging problema namin na dapat namin ayusin, which is yung sarili namin.
Okay, pero nakabalik naman na nakabawi tayo agad sa mga sumunod na sets and taking home or bringing home the win today. Pero eto, Micah, gusto kong malaman, medyo iba yung sistema ngayong season na ito, no? 2 rounds, medyo mas mahaba yung labanan, mas puspusan. And it is your first year back na recovering from that injury. How different was it ngayong season? Ano ba sa tingin mo yung pinaka natutunan mo bilang atleta ngayong season?
Well, siguro kasi yung kung paano ko i-handle yung sarili ko. Kasi syempre, lalo na if hindi ko aayusin mentally, syempre madadala ko yun sa court. So yun yung isa sa pinaka binabantayan ko talaga sa sarili ko.
Alright. Okay, so that maturity is what we saw today. Pero eto, meron pa atang katanungan sila Martin and Melissa sa'yo.
Okay, Mikes, hello. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, on making it back to the finals, Mikes, ito itatanong ko lang, as the leader of this team and the ate of this team, nakap-apat ka ng finals appearance dito as a player. How special is it to lead this particular group? Itong grupo na to na puro bata dito sa finals natin sa NCAA.
Well, siguro kasi ako yung nakaapat. And may mga experiences din. Siguro yun din yung lagi kong sinishare sa kanila na kung ano man yung mga naging experience ko. So yun lang din yung lagi kong nire-remind. So kumbaga taga-remind na lang ako sa mga bata. And kita naman, so mas nagper-perform naman sila. So kailangan lang talaga nila ng kahit papano ng guidance.
Okay, Mikes, congratulations. This is your chance to greet everybody watching you right now.
Thank you po sa CSB community na nanonood po sa amin ngayon and nag-support. Kina Tito Frank Lau po and family. Thank you po. Kina Governor Helen Tan and family. Thank you po. And sa family and friends po namin nanonood namin. Thank you po sa inyo lahat.
Mike Ago, congratulations. And again, the Lady Blazers are back in the finals. But here in the NCAA coverage, we resume Tuesday, still in the Final Four. Number 2 versus number 3 will start in the men's division. Mapúa versus Arellano. This should be a good one back here in San Juan. And then in the second game, we go to the women's division. Letran versus Arellano. Also a good one right here. Last time these two teams met, it went to a deciding 5th set. So abangan niyo po yan sa Martes dito sa ating Final Four. Mel, thank you so much. That was a great coverage here. So, mga kapuso, nagpapasalamat po kami sa inyong panonood. So, as we wrap it up, on behalf of our entire team here, for my partner, Miss Melissa Goheng Nasino, the Ninja, we have our courtside reporter, Glycel Galpo. Nandito si Roy Tulio, our panel director, Pakasenya, floor director, R. Romano, producer. At the helm is Derek Abet Ramos. This is Martin Javier saying thank you for joining us here in our Final Four coverage. In the men's division, it was Letran forcing a deciding match against the number 1 team, the Benilde Blazers. But in the women's division, the Lady Blazers took care of business and advanced for the 4th straight season to our NCAA Women's Volleyball Finals. So we thank you for catching the coverage, and we'll see you guys Tuesday for number 2 versus number 3 here in the NCAA Season 100 Women's Volleyball Tournament.